There you go. Let's get it. I got something to eat. Hey. Oh. Alright. I'm about to get this shit popping. Oh. Yeah. She wildin' though. Oh, shit. Alright. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go.
Bang. Went down.
Yeah. Let's play this. Look at it. Look how beautiful that is, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Boy, this shit right here fucking blowing your mind. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Fuck it. We ain't got time to wait. We ain't got time to wait for you folks. get into the good shit. Let me roll up this blend that right quick. Smoke, sweet, look. Swoop that bitch over, throw it on the other side. What you thought it was a game? You thought it was a joke? Oh, the other way. Ugh. Electromagnetism. It's gotta be cold though in order for electromagnetism. And it's cold outside that ring though. The Antarctic ice wall ring. Alright. Look at this beautiful diagram here. Now let's look at this beautiful diagram here. The sun circles above the Tropic of Capricorn from December 21st to January 22nd. Sun circles above the Tropic of Cancer from June 21st to July 22nd. Check that out though. Look at that. So look, that goes to show you how it's hotter in the summertime during the Tropic of Cancer. The sun is right above us over there, like in Florida. In Florida, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And but hold on, I'm gonna just let this play. Hold up, we can discuss it after this shit play. I'll be right back. Breaking it down for your ass. Why it's cold in January? You see where the sun was at, all the way towards the outer wall, damn near down at the bottom. Look at that. Look at that in May and June. July, all them summer months when we hot in America right there. That bitch just started working his way back out. See that? Yeah. Now you see that? See how that sun just went out of the distance on your ass? You act like your eyes can see fucking forever. Look at this beautiful model right here. Oh my God, look at that. Look at that though. Oh man, stop playing, man. Look at this, man. Look at the stars and the constellations in the dome right here. Look at that though, man. Look at this shit, man. See, the truth is out there. The truth just can't be completely hidden away. They can make it hard though. They done deceived everybody and hid the truth. You got everybody to believe a lie. Yeah, you trying to tell somebody and talk to somebody about this, they all want to try to clown me. And make me seem like I'm stupid and like I'm wrong and all this right here. And trying to condemn me and like I'm fucking retarded. Nah. Nah. I've seen too much. I've seen too much. My eyes have seen too much. Ain't no going back. You can't go back. Once you've been exposed to certain information and you've been exposed to stuff that your eyes take in and your ears take in, you know what I'm saying? You ain't no undoing that. You can't undo what you seeing right now. You just saw that diagram, that flat earth model showing how the sun moved in and out and how that shit worked. You can't undo this. No matter how much somebody try to deny it, in the back of their head, they're going to be thinking about this. You're going to be thinking about this flat earth model right here showing you how this works. Look at the moon on the outer link, on the outer ring. Look at the moon and it's got the 12 months. What's good, bro? I'm here. Yeah. Hey, look at that part right there. Look at the months: April, May, June. Look at the constellations. I mean, in the this diagram means a lot. This diagram means a lot. This model means a lot. The sun doesn't set, splinter nut. What are you talking about? It just showed you. I just explained to you why the sun doesn't set or rise. Imagine, right? I just told you, when you looking down the street, right? Even if the ground was flat, right? If you was on a flat, level plane, right? Say you driving down the highway, you'll see all them fucking highway lights going down as far as you can look, and that shit goes into a point. I forget what it's called, but that shit comes into a point and it gets smaller. The lights get smaller and smaller as they go down. It's because of the way our eyes work. We can only see so far with our eyes, and once something gets so far away, it begins to look like it goes down over a horizon, as it looks like it disappears. Everything looks like it disappears once it gets so far away from you. You see what I'm saying? Are you following along with what I'm saying to you? So imagine if you standing on the earth, right? According to this diagram that you see, wherever you may be at, when the sun seems like it's rising, it's only coming around. It's only coming around like it's doing right here. Look, you see where America is? You see where Florida is right there? You see where Florida is right here? Okay. Well, the sun, okay. Well, at this time, this is 12 o'clock noon in fucking America, right? And the 3 hours difference is the time between the East Coast and the West Coast, is the time that it take this sun moving so slow. It's moving fast right now on this model, but it's a 3 hour window from the time, if you standing on the East Coast over here and the sun begin to come around from over on this side around 7 o'clock, right? You will be able to, or 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on where the sun is at. Whether it's the summertime, the sun will be further up here, right? And in the wintertime, the sun is further back down over here. So, you know what I'm saying? That's going to determine also the time in which the sun seems like it's rising or fucking setting, right? So only thing it's doing is, once that sun rotate and go around and this shit get over here, by the time the sun get over here by California or some shit, when you on the East Coast, it look like the sun is setting, but it's only going out of your perspective of view. Just like when you look down the street and them lights go out of your perspective of view and look like they disappeared. There ain't nothing disappearing, bro. It's only appearing. It's only reappearing. You know what I'm saying? And it is disappearing. It is disappearing and reappearing. Those are true statements out of our sight of view. You see what I'm saying? But it's not going up and down. That shit is only going around in a circle, just like this diagram is showing, man. Look at this shit. But I'm gonna tell you about this diagram. Look at this diagram.
This model shows exactly what I said about the sun being on one side of the earth and the moon being on the other side. So when this sun is lighting up the west coast of California right now, as you see, what's over there? The moon. China over there where that moon is at. So when the moon blocks out the sun, and I actually seen some shit where it was talking about it's more than one moon and more than one sun, because outside of this ice ring that we see right here, this white ice ring, they saying once you continue to travel on, then it's other rings and shit. It's other places with lands and shit with rings and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's just more theories or what. Or that's what, at least that's what fucking Admiral Byrd claimed. They own scientific explorer that worked with the government claimed he went to this fucking ice wall, right? That you see right there. He claimed that it's flat, just like this fucking thing you looking at, that the earth is flat. And when they went to that fucking South Pole, which there ain't no South Pole. The South Pole is this whole circle ring around all of this shit. The North Pole is in the center, where that play button is at. Yeah, ice wall. Don't you see it? And, you know, it's funny how you can sit here and say LOL ice wall, but apparently you haven't gone and looked at the information with Admiral Byrd, and when he doing these interviews back in the fucking 50s or 60s, whatever the fuck the time it was, and he claiming what he saw in the expedition and how they're going back and how they found all the natural resources and all that. So when you ice wall, LOL, he, ha ha ha, you look stupid as fuck, like you haven't done your due diligence, dude. You the one that look dumb, because you can clearly go find this information that I'm talking about. You understand? Yes, information. Have you never seen it? You never seen it? You never seen the Admiral Byrd interview? You never seen that? Or you think he lying? You think he's coming on there saying that he did a governmental expedition to go see what is on over there, and you think he's coming back and you think he's telling a lie about the shit and saying that they going back and all that shit, and this your fucking government doing that. It ain't like this just some regular person is just claiming that. He was supposed to be doing that for your own government. Hello? Yeah, side, bro. Yeah. But yeah, let's let the video play, because I got some more information. I got some more shit. Just stick around. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some more for you. Check it out. Just look at that. I tell you one thing. This diagram and this model coincides with your reality. You can LOL at that. I bet you the way that this showing how this sun is going around, see February, November, whatever, all them times. I bet you the month that it show, I bet you that sun farther away from your ass when it's January, according to this damn thing. I bet you your reality, you get colder like that motherfucking sun is farther away from your ass in the January time. And I bet you be warmer in the summertime when that motherfucker come around like it's showing. I bet you the water is flat in the oceans like you see in this diagram. I bet you when you look at water, it does what this diagram showing you that it does. I bet you when you look out of your eyes, shit gets smaller when you look down the road and you can only see for so many miles before everything disappear out of your line of sight. I bet you it does that. I bet you all that shit that's going on, you feel and see and live in your reality. Yet you'll dismiss it all to believe some shit you never seen and what somebody told you. But I'm the dumb one though, okay. Oh shit, hell no. That was crazy. Hold on, I got another video for you though. Hold up. Mama ain't raised no fool. Shit. My mama ain't raised no motherfucking fool. I think this was a good one, right? Oh no, that's when they was trying to play some bullshit. Let's look at this. Well, we just look at them as they go up. Fuck it. Right, make jokes. But Bigfoot you don't see in your real reality. But water levels out in your reality though. But you want to compare that to Bigfoot because you're a clown. See? You would never look at, you know what I'm saying, the shit and compare it to your reality and have a real conversation. You want to talk about some shit you never seen. You see every example of water leveling off. You don't see no damn Sasquatches running around in your face though, right? But that's what you want to talk to me and make apples and orange comparisons and shit. Y'all show how much intelligence you really have.
Those who have already started seeing things with new eyes, it will be mostly a recap.
But I'm gonna just let y'all check this out.
Angles you haven't looked at. For the rest of you who are new to this, first question is invariably, is this a joke? Because it's a joke, right? And that's where we start, because it's one of our two basic childhood facts. 1 + 1 = 2, and the Earth is a globe.
Watch this video.
We're taught this before almost everything else, and that right there should give you a clue on how serious this secret is.
Real shit. They teach you.
But for those who have forgotten that history, here's the modified Men in Black version. For the first 4,000 years of our civilization, we believe that the Earth was a flattish disk surrounded by a solid dome barrier called the firmament. All of the 5 major religions had their own version of this, and the churches enforced the belief. Then, around 1514, a man named Copernicus created a new model of the world. He stated that if the Earth was spinning around 1,100 miles an hour and circling the sun at 60,000 miles an hour, the world was then round. And while the math more or less worked, there was a problem. It was 1500, and the technology to prove such a theory wasn't there. The first balloon to carry people wasn't invented until 1760. Sailboats were the only travel over water, and the fastest thing on land was a horse. But the new worldview was promoted and took hold. The religions adapted to handle the new reality, and life moved on. More importantly, the globe model was quickly introduced into the education systems. Over the next 500 years, the challenges to this model faded, to the point where the globe was accepted as universally as physical laws such as gravity. Read that again if you didn't absorb it. For 20 generations, people believed that the Earth was round because there was a globe in every classroom they sat in.
Stupid.
There was no proof.
No proof.
Hundreds of years went by, and still civilization had no way of proving the theory.
Oh, y'all stupid.
Planes were invented around 1900, but until 1957, nothing could go high enough to give a true perspective of where we lived. And that's when everything got strange. The United States and Russia both sent up rockets high enough to take decent pictures, and what they saw scared them a great deal. How do we know they were extremely concerned about the sky? Because the US and Russia immediately started firing nuclear weapons straight up, and they kept firing for the next 4 years. A few things to keep in mind here. First, this was now 1958. Nuclear weapons were very expensive and hard to come by. These also weren't those nominal yield 20 kiloton toys we used on Hiroshima.
That's right, BA.
This was high kiloton to low megaton.
I wanted you to see
and
that.
we couldn't get them up fast enough. And the strangeness continued in other places. In 1959, only a year into the atmosphere bombardment, 10 nations, including the United States, made Antarctica off-limits to any colonization. A treaty was put in place, and to this day remains intact. Over 50 nations now have signed off on this treaty. Do you know any treaty that has lasted that long between all industrialized nations?
Fuck no.
Moreover, do you know any piece of real estate in the world that is owned by no one?
No.
You would think at the very least one of the large oil companies would use their huge financial resources to explore this region, and yet they don't even petition the idea. The short version of the discovery is this. By 1958, the military had discovered the very solid upper and outer edges of our world, and had to create a way to put up do not enter signs without looking obvious. It was tricky, but if there is one thing I have learned about the authority, it's that nothing is left to chance. Most of the work had already been done for them, so their job was primarily in the details. The sky part of the dome was much higher than commercial air traffic, so the only thing they had to worry about there was the space program, which is immediately militarized. The outer border had the natural benefit of not only an extensive ocean, but a scaling decrease in temperature and a steady increase in iceberg frequency to discourage ships, all leading to a permanently frozen landmass that could not be used for any form of agriculture. This ocean and ice layout had worked well for thousands of years because the technology of the current civilization didn't evolve quickly. Sailors avoided cold weather seas whenever possible, and oxygen levels get low enough to harm people, even on high mountains. The brilliance of the design comes in the simple fact that human males are corrupted by power. Corruption so total, in fact, that they would rather hide the world itself rather than risk their power on it. You could theorize that kings and popes were told of the world a long time ago. Maybe an ancient scroll or book. Perhaps an interdimensional being told the tale of what the world looked like. But this was all but dismissed, because even the most powerful leaders of the day couldn't reach the borders. And if they couldn't, what chance did the general public have?
Right.
It's one thing to be told of the giant impenetrable dome, but it's a whole different animal when you finally stand right next to it.
Damn right.
Then the tough decisions have to be made. Do we keep the secret? And how far are we willing to go to keep the status quo? Once they decided to keep the secret,
No, Shakespeare
no
was not
expense
a
was
real
spared.
person.
The rapid progression of rocketry science had to be addressed quickly, and so the moon missions were created.
That's a fake photo
Matt
of
from the
Earth.
NASA channel was right in his thinking that you needed the moon mission event to stage a picture of the Earth from deep orbit. And that couldn't be more true. Establishing NASA as the frontrunner of space exploration also diverted people who would have otherwise created their own space companies for profit.
That's right. You think
The
that
best
you think it
engineers,
wouldn't?
technicians, and
You think if they did not create NASA as the front runner and the motherfucking top dog for this shit that's, you know what I'm saying, on this shit that other people would not have tried to, this motherfucker still trying to do it. Even though NASA is the motherfucking front runner. Just imagine if they wasn't, who all would have been trying to motherfucking figure that shit out.
pilots were recruited to the NASA space program.
Nah, what do you mean? Nah. Why would I search proof Earth is not flat? Why would I search for the opposite of what it is that the point that I'm trying to make? So that they can propagate more lies and bullshit to fucking stir up more fucking, you know what I'm saying, doubt. Why would you even want that? You know what I'm saying? You already was brought up. Dude, didn't you just hear what dude said when this video came on? The first fucking thing you learn in school is that fuck cross references. You don't need no fuck. That's not even cross references. What the fuck? The first thing you learn is fucking 1 + 1 is 2 in goddamn globe. That alone, like dude said, should already tell you something. The first fucking thing they want to teach you is that the earth is round. Why would they do that? Out of all things, why they want to come and pump that into your mind right off the top? Because they wanted to brainwash your ass right off the top. But anyway, we're going to keep moving. I got more stuff for you.
Once there, they were compartmentalized on a need-to-know basis. The astronauts know of the deception and are sworn to seek.
Listen, man, amongst all things, there are lies and truths. Who gives a fuck where the information came from? You think just because you read a book that is true? You think because you read an article that means that it's true? You think because somebody tells you something and tells you a story out of their mouth that is true? No, it don't give a fuck where the information came from. You just need to worry about whether or not you can prove it to be true or false. Fuck where it came from. Everybody trying to shit on fucking YouTube. Oh, YouTube videos. YouTube ain't got... Y'all talk like YouTube don't have nothing but lies only. That just goes to show how fucking smart you are. Because you would know in everything that there's truth and lies. In it all. That YouTube ain't different, no different from anything else. Just be quiet and learn something. You know, sit still and listen and just absorb the information and then make a judgment off of it. You know what I'm saying? Be quiet. Just stop typing.
For the penalty of whatever motivates them. Private space programs are discouraged, sabotaged, or absorbed into the NASA fold. Private sector spacecraft are
I've
just
watched
not
both
going to
sides.
be allowed for several reasons.
I've watched both sides. Maybe you can bring the argument. Maybe you can bring the opposite side of this argument to your string, and I'll do the for, and you do the against. You know what I'm saying? And then we can compare them. Hold on, I'll be right back.
The most obvious is the collision with the dome itself. The telemetry data from such a mission would show an impact failure at a certain altitude, and if repeated, would raise questions NASA just isn't prepared to answer. There are 3 perpetual questions about our world that can't be eliminated, but avoided at all costs. These are the questions you should ask yourself and others if this protective layer is going to be lifted. I'd like to preface this with a thank you to Max Malone, a conspiracy hardcore who has a knack for boiling down debates to a single paragraph whenever possible. It was he who said, after over 50 years and thousands of hours of space travel footage, both by NASA and other countries, there is no exterior shot where the astronaut completes the simple act of panning the camera 180 degrees, let alone a full 360-degree sweep. This has never happened on any moon mission, exterior space station, nothing, ever. Statistics will tell you that this would have already happened by accident years ago, but it hasn't, and it won't. This is because of the rule they cannot break, the same rule that applies to television set shows that never show the fourth wall. Why? Because there is no fourth wall. Number 2. When you search online for pictures of the Earth from space, 95% of what you will see is a collection of artificial composite shots. In 2000, when I did this search, there was exactly 1 picture by NASA showing the bottom part of Africa and Antarctica. Now that picture is hidden within hundreds of simulated images. There are HD cameras everywhere, and no one is taking a shot of the Earth, because you can't get enough altitude to do it. Number 3. The commercial air travel routes for the southern hemisphere are wrong. This is an easy thing you can check out in 60 seconds. Take a map reading of the distance between anywhere near Australia and anywhere in South America. It's a straight shot across the South Pacific. Now find your favorite travel site and try to get there non-stop. See what happens.
Right, see what happens.
The routes start turning ridiculous. I used to business travel for years,
Y'all
and I've
ain't
never seen
fucking
anything
been outside
like it.
your state, motherfucker.
It's the one thing in the general public world they can't hide.
Huh?
The actual distance between these 2 places.
Oh.
On a round world, the flight is easy. Just a straight shot across an ocean.
Oh, okay.
But on a flat world, it becomes the greatest distance between 2 points.
Oh.
There are no shortcuts. So they distract you with multiple connections and layovers.
Oh, but they'll tell you lying. You don't know.
It's only blind luck that the United States was in the northern hemisphere. Otherwise, the increased traffic would have raised eyebrows by now. I know.
I know.
It's madness.
Right.
It's lunacy. There are people who will tell you straight to your face that all the leaders of the world are lizards, and yet these people laugh out loud when you say the words flat Earth.
Right.
I was, and still am, a huge conspiracy guy. I literally ran out of new tin hat topics to research, and I still wouldn't look at this one without embarrassment. But every time I glanced at it, there was something
All the
unresolved.
United Nations got the flat Earth
And
as
once
they
I saw
fucking
the
map.
near perfection
Shut
of the
y'all
whole
stupid
plan,
ass up.
I was hooked. Do your own homework.
Right.
Ask the questions. Get past the possibility, and see if you can move into an even bigger picture. Like who built the dome,
Right.
and why.
Right.
That's where it starts to get really interesting, and things start opening up. I know I said years ago that the greater good was something that should be preserved, that JFK, Pearl Harbor, and 9/11 were inevitable. I still believe it, and I understand the decisions. The globe illusion, however, has run its course over the last 500 years. It's time to start again. If that means we end up getting the attention of who or what created this place and force the reset of the world, is that such a bad thing? I put some links in the description that you might want to check out, like the current map projections used by the USGS, the United Nations logo.
Why
Flat
is this
Earth
logo
Society,
the flat map,
High
though?
Altitude
The flat
Nuclear
Earth
Tests,
map on the United Nations
Antarctica
logo.
Treaty, among others.
I mean, how do y'all just dismiss all this evidence, though, that's like be pointing to the shit? And I mean, how do y'all just say fuck that? That's just a map, man. I mean, that's just a flag, man. Fuck it. Who cares? It's United Nations. It's flat Earth map on the flag and everything. That shit don't mean shit. They just did that because it looked nice, I guess. Which one was that we just watched? That one? Alright, let's check out this one. Right, paper's flat. Who cares, right? I know. Shut the fuck up if I block your dumb ass.
When you consume alcohol,
I hate
alcohol is
you
nothing but ethanol
motherfuckers, dog.
diluted in water.
Y'all not
Ethanol
free
has
thinkers.
two
Y'all don't
big
fucking
kinds of
use your
acetic
brains
acid.
for
It turns into
nothing.
what's
Y'all
called
just
acetaldehyde, which is actually 30 times
nah,
more
y'all
toxic.
hate you
And
motherfuckers,
what the
dog.
recovery drink does is it helps break down acetaldehyde quicker,
Swear to God,
so that you
bro.
don't feel those effects as much.
The evidence is that the fucking moonlight makes the water colder than it being in the shade. What more evidence do you need? If they told you that the fucking sunlight was reflecting off of the moon, then you should have hot light coming off of the moon. You do acknowledge the difference between cool light and hot light, right? Warm light and cool light, you know that that's a real thing, right? Right? Okay. So if that shit is truly reflecting the sun's light off of it, then it should be reflecting a hot, warm light then, right? Well, why is the shit cold though? Shut the fuck up. Basing that shit off shit. The fact
Now
is the
consider
fucking
this.
moonlight making the shit
Does the
cooler.
Ohio State
How you
University
basing it off
Marching
fact?
Band have their field maneuvers directed by aliens hovering overhead high above the stadium?
Hey,
A
that
scary
bitch
theory to say the
moonwalking on
least.
y'all ass.
If you like that one,
Hey, that
check
band
this
hitting
out.
that shit though. Got that bitch
13
moonwalking.
of the scariest theories known to humankind. One of the most beautiful things about humanity is that we question everything. Where
Not
did we
these
come from?
motherfuckers don't.
Where are we headed?
These bitches is
there
some
intelligent
follower
life
sheeple
on Earth?
motherfuckers if I ain't
I
never
wonder
seen them.
sometimes, when
They ain't
the
questioning
ideas
shit.
really start moving, people can come up with theories that are downright terrifying. In this video, you'll learn about 13 of the scariest theories that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about your reality.
Hey, next person to
But
type something
before
stupid in my
we dive
comment
down
section
this
getting blocked.
thought-provoking rabbit hole, become a
Next dumb
bonafide
comment that I see that don't
prospect by
pertain to this
clicking
shit
that
right here
subscribe
getting blocked.
button. We put out several new videos every single day, so don't forget to enable post
Come with the
notifications
bullshit.
too. All right, you better take a moment to stretch your muscles of your mind because you're in for an exhilarating intellectual ride. Number 13, the Great Filter. When you really consider the size of the universe, it's only reasonable to assume that it's filled with countless life forms. Yet, we haven't stumbled across any of them so far. So why is that? According to this theory, somewhere out there exists a great filter. The main purpose of this filter is to stop those civilizations that advance to the level of star colonization. If we suppose that this idea is true, there are three possible scenarios for humanity. A, we're unique because we've passed the great filter. Other civilizations haven't managed to do this. B, we're among the first potential
Okay, Stat.
colonizers. Before, the conditions in space were too harsh for life forms to leave their
Take a
home
screenshot of
planets. In this case, chances are that we'll soon encounter aliens. See, we haven't reached the level of technological development that's advanced enough to pass through the filter. Consequently, the trial is still ahead of us. Number 12, higher dimensional beings. Let's imagine something pretty
All
bizarre.
crackers ain't
now.
white. What the fuck you
2D
talking about,
people.
mad dog?
Obviously, if you stared at them from a certain angle, like from the top, they wouldn't ever spot you. They'd live peacefully in their two-dimensional lives without any suspicion that someone's watching them from above. And now, imagine something even scarier. What if a 4D being was looking at you from their four-dimensional world? Just like a 2D person, you wouldn't be able to notice this creature in your 3D world. You could potentially interact with a 2D person if you found the right angle. In the same manner, a 4D life form could talk to you. Unfortunately, even if these higher...
And nah, all crackers ain't white, though. You know what I'm saying? Not in my mind, anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because the police is the crackers, you know what I'm saying? Just like you could be a real nigga and don't have to be black. I don't know if you knew that either, Mad Dog. It's real niggas in all races. If you can dig that, though. You see? And just like all cops, you call them pigs. All cops is pigs. All cops is crackers. Even if they black. You know what I'm saying? You got a black police officer behind you, so you be like, oh shit, the crackers behind me. You feel me? That's how that works. But back to the motherfucking scheduled program.
Interdimensional beings exist, they seem reluctant to make contact with the human race. Number 11, false vacuum. This scientific theory says that our universe exists in a false phase state, which means that it's just a temporary thing. What's more, it's only a small part of a larger universe. Let's say this bigger universe is a pot of boiling water. According to the false vacuum theory, the universe we live in would be just a tiny bubble on the surface of the water. But this can't go on forever. One day, perhaps in billions of years, this false vacuum will
maybe I can show that other video now that I got this up too that I was talking about, Jill. The videos I was showing you, Jill, appreciate that. I'm gonna play them videos too.
And what that means for humanity, well, you can probably imagine. Number 10, we're living in a black hole.
These are just some theories right here that we're checking out.
Sucks in everything around them. But what happens to the stuff it engulfs? What if a black hole already swallowed us up long ago? Surprisingly, some physicists deem this theory pretty plausible. According to Dr. Nikodem Pawlowski, a theoretical physicist at the University of New Haven, everything that a black hole sucks in may turn into a new universe inside the hole or on the other side of it. Who knows? Maybe that's how our universe was born and where it's currently located. Ooh. Number 9, white holes. Now, the theory of white holes is closely connected with the previous idea. While black holes engulf all matter so that even light can't escape, white holes are quite the opposite. These formations are believed to spit out everything that black holes suck in. In other words, a white hole is a hypothetical area of space-time that nothing can enter from the outside.
That's like asking why does the truth matter?
Escape from it. It's vice versa for black holes. You can only enter one from the outside, but can't...
What kind of question is why does the truth matter? What type of person says that? What type of person don't want to know what the truth is? You know what I'm saying? Just want to dismiss the shit. That don't care about the truth. What type of individual could that be? You're not interested in knowing the truth. It doesn't matter to you what the truth is, huh? You're probably a liar. Anybody that's not interested in finding out what the truth is to things probably indulge in lies like a motherfucker, I would imagine. You know what I'm saying? Just off the duality of the shit. If you're not seeking truth, I bet you just be all into the lies like a motherfucker. You just a big ass liar, probably.
Get free afterwards. Number 8, the multiverse theory.
Yeah, it's gonna change the way
You've
you
heard of the
live.
existence of a parallel.
Yeah, if you found out that the earth was flat and that you was lied to from birth and that this shit ain't what you was told that it was, that wouldn't change the way you live? What type of person could that be? What type of person could find out that the earth is flat, that there's an ice ring around this motherfucker that they've been trying to keep you from finding out about, and that they've been telling you one thing that they knew was a lie, and then that don't spark something within you to be like, hold up, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck? What type of person could you be? It's just this is just my thoughts, you know what I'm saying, on the shit. Everybody don't think like me, but I'm just giving you my perspective on what I would, you know, what I think about something like that.
Universe. In that place, everything seems the same, but is in fact quite different. The multiverse theory takes it all one step further.
I am
and
a
claims
scientist
that there might be
and a
countless
car
other
salesman.
realities besides
That's the
our own.
funniest part about it.
Now, according to this theory, we live in a bubble that's just one of many other bubbles. They constantly pop up and vanish, not unlike soap bubbles.
So you got to
And
choose
who knows?
between either or.
Maybe
I'm both.
in one of these universes, dinosaurs still roam
Nice.
this planet. Number 7, brain in a vat. This idea has provided the groundwork for a number of thought experiments. Just consider.
So again, you don't plan on going to the edge of the earth, so it don't matter to you whether it's flat or round. That logic though, dude. That logic, I should block you, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should just block you, though, just for even saying some shit like that. You don't plan on going, so why does it matter? That logic, bro, dog. Y'all logic, bro. Is not that of an intellectual. This motherfucker ain't never seen a sphere Earth with his eyes ever. Every sphere Earth this motherfucker ever seen, he didn't even know was a Photoshop image and was not a picture that was just taken, right, with a camera or video footage or anything. The shit was doctored. He didn't even know that part. But he running around this motherfucker telling y'all how the earth is a sphere and it's flat, like he really fucking know. Like he really unseen some shit. Oh shit. Something look like a duck, talk like a duck, walk like a duck. It's probably a duck, motherfucker. More than likely. You know? They just changed their theory on gravity earlier this year. They don't believe gravity is, they done changed it. They don't believe it is what they've been telling us it was all these years. Man, people on ISS wouldn't see a curved Earth. Huge. Oh shit, man. Oh, buddy. Now the people on the ISS wouldn't see a curve because it's huge. Why isn't there one single solitary picture of the Earth that's a photo, that's a real picture that hasn't been photoshopped? In all these years, these motherfuckers claim they've been to the shit. I mean, they've been out here. Even NASA themselves admitted that all of the pictures of the Earth have been photoshopped. I mean, so what you supposed to do with that? YouTube scholars and their theories, right? Because that's the only place you can get some information from is YouTube. You know? It's the only place. And of course, you know me so well that you know where I get my information from. You can verify that. That shit came straight from YouTube, every piece of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you know me like that. Let's let it on video finish.
The following statements. The origin of consciousness is the brain. The brain needs electrical
Nah,
impulses to
see,
operate.
Paul, you don't tell me what the
However,
fuck I need to
if-
do though. Save up your pennies and find facts, not YouTube vids. Look, man, you need to save up your pennies and find the facts, man. That's what y'all don't understand, man. Everything is about self. All this shit is about self, man. Stop worrying about me and what I believe and what I'm doing and all that. It's about you proving this to yourself or not, whether it's true or not. If you don't care whether it's true or not, that's cool too. Because we all in this existence, you know, by yourself. You got to go through this shit, man. Whether you believe whether it's flat or not ain't gonna do anything for me or not. You know what I'm saying? Like if you know what I'm saying, whatever you believe, that shit ain't gonna determine nothing for me. It's all for you. Everything is about you, whether you believe it, whether you don't, whether you look to find out if it's true or not. It's all for your benefit or not mine. Right, but where are you supposed to get the facts from? You don't believe that it can be facts in videos? You think only facts can be found in a book, I guess, I suppose, or I don't know. I mean, I don't know where you expect to find the facts from. But that's up to you. You know what I'm saying? To do what you need to do to find it. All I can say is seek and ye shall find. That's it. Sure. That's right, Dyson. You exactly right. But see,
Can also be
let me tell you
influenced
something,
by
Dyson.
external.
You are exactly right, Dyson. But what an intellectual would know is the opposite of what you're saying also, right? So in the same way your fingers can fix itself to type that sentence that you just typed, you know that you could type a sentence that goes against that, right? That supports the opposite of what you're saying right now. So if you know that, then you know that it's truths and lies. So why you trying to focus and make it seem like it's only lies, I don't know why. Hello? Yo. You said what? Oh, you talking about them little oh, yeah, to the little hoverboards, the little go-kart. Make the hoverboard the go-kart shit, yeah. Yeah, I'll see what's up. I'll let you know. I am back. You are an idiot believing YouTube vids. So if the YouTube vid I was watching said that the earth was round, would I be a fool for believing it? I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you. Where's his name at? Where's his fucking name? I'm a fool for believing something that go against what you believe because it's on YouTube. But if it was something that your ass believed and I was playing the video, then I wouldn't be no fool. Shut the fuck up. Pros and cons. Y'all don't know. You have to weed out throughout the information. Don't tell me how to run my channel before I block your ass. You fire up your stream and control your channel and your stream how you want to control it. I'm doing what I want to do. This is my shit. Don't try to tell me what the fuck to do. Why block folks? Because I don't motherfucking want to see the dumb shit they typing. That's why. Why the fuck you think you supposed to block folks? Fuck wrong with you niggas.
Cause this is my shit and I run the show in this motherfucker. No doubt, Stack. I'm just presenting the information. None of this has been proven to me. You see what I'm saying? I'm not exactly Stack. That's all I'm on is a truth-seeking mind. It hasn't been proven to me either. Hello? Yeah. Hey. I'm just presenting the information. Man, I don't give a fuck, Army. I'm gonna block them too. Don't nothing hold me up. Don't nothing stop me from doing what the fuck I want to do, because I'm supposed to be scared that if I don't block them, then they gonna get their troll accounts, and I don't want that. Fuck that. I run this shit. Nigga. Nobody holding me up in this bitch. Get the fuck out then, bitch. You ain't bringing shit to the table in this motherfucker anyway. Straight suicidal. What the fuck you supposed to be bringing in here? Get the fuck on. You ain't talking about shit. They don't respect the thirst for the truth because they aren't truth seekers themselves. You see them in here typing, why should I even care about that? I mean, who even says some shit like that when you talking about your livelihood and you talking about the reason you here and what you've been taught in your existence, bro? You talking about you don't care. Like, you sound like a fucking dummy. Because it's bigger than just whether it's round or flat. That really don't matter. Whether it's actually round or flat. We still living here, you still doing, that's true. But it's the bigger picture of the shit. Yeah, governments are fucking liars. And have been caught lying time and time and time again. You know what I'm saying? That's the bigger point of the shit. Is when is that part gonna register though? Stack? Yeah, but you and my shit talking about fuck what I believe though. You took the time out to come in here, you know. You could be doing all type of shit, but you in here typing to me about what I believe and everything. So, you know. I'm on your fucking mind, bitch. Why? Why is there so much anger in the flat earth community? Because you fucking fucks come in here and start jabbing and typing crazy and calling people names and things and calling people idiots and you know what I'm saying, right off the top, instead of just having a conversation. You don't want to just have a conversation because that's what y'all like. Y'all don't want to just have a conversation about a topic, you know what I'm saying, and just discuss the conversation. Y'all more interested in throwing insults around and shit like that. I assume you haven't done enough research. Anybody can say they've done research. Well, how much research have you done? Anybody can say they put forth effort, but was it an effort worthwhile? Out of 100% effort, you put 20% worth of effort towards something, and you're talking about I put forth effort. Well, that wasn't enough. That was a weak ass attempt. That was a weak effort. You know what I'm saying? Put forth a strong effort into the shit. Nah, I'm not mad at you. You think I'm mad at you because I told you not to try and tell me how to run my stream. That's not me being mad at you. That's me telling you what I'm telling you, and that's it. I'm not mad. I'm hoping you just take what I said and we can move forward from that. That's it. I'm good. I ain't mad at you. If you haven't said anything disrespectful to me, why would I be mad at you for? You might be getting a stern tone and all type of shit because I'm talking to these fucks and you in the midst of it. But nah. I just said don't try to tell me how to run my shit. This is my shit. You run yours how you run. See, I never go in nobody's stream trying to tell them how to run their shit, bro. All these motherfuckers come in my shit trying to tell me what the fuck to do. Like, I'm not a goddamn boss, first of all. The fuck? I'm not none of these weak ass niggas, dog, that y'all thinking y'all be talking to. Y'all got gas all the way fucked up. I don't go in none of these streamers. I go in these streamers' stream and take part in their streams however the fuck they streaming. Whether they faces in the cam, whether they're dancing, whether they're doing whatever the fuck they want to do. Sitting there eating a bag of chips or popcorn, lounging around, dropping shit all on the floor. I don't give a fuck. I just, you know, enjoy the stream and just take part if I want to. I don't try to tell nobody what the fuck they need to do with their shit and how they need to stream and what they need to show and where they need to put their camera. Bitch! Nobody trying to be you, motherfucker, just because that's what you want to do. What up, bro? Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker. I'm not trying to be you. I'm not trying to do what you do, motherfucker. I'm me, doing what I want to do. Pick your cam up. Show me your face. Why you putting it in that camera angle? Why you don't show your whole house? Why you don't show different angles and shit? Bitch! Get the fuck out of my face. Because that ain't what the fuck I'm on here for. To give you a goddamn tour of my goddamn crib or my fucking face, bitch. Because I'm here to motherfucking show your ass about this goddamn flat earth shit. And show your ass that chopper, motherfucker.
Stimuli. Thus, if such stimuli are simulated to a high degree, the brain won't be able to distinguish.
How does
these
flat earth
artificial
explain
stimuli
conjunctions
from
and
natural ones.
oppositions?
Basically, what this means is that you very well could be just a brain in a jar. Something is feeding
what
you
specific
false impulses,
conjunction or
and
opposition
you're
are you speaking
hallucinating your
of?
whole life and reality. Now, that's a truly weird thought. Number 6. Roko's basilisk. Roko's basilisk is a hypothesis that some future super powerful
I swear I don't mean to come in here and be so aggressive, man, and cuss motherfuckers out, dog. But it's these fucks, though, dog, that get me in that position. You know what I'm saying? I just be coming to try and have a peaceful conversation and just deliver the information and then have a debate or, you know, back and forth, you know, in a, you know, friendly conversation. These motherfuckers always gotta come in here and get me started, man, and get me like all on defense mode and start, you know what I'm saying? Hate these motherfuckers, bro. What still no examples? Damn. Which moves on a daily basis, the earth or the luminaries? Don't assume the luminaries are material. Where does that leave you? Yeah, the earth ain't moving, the luminaries are. That's where they tricked everybody. Man, these people, bro, they just came and said gravity ain't what they said it was. They had it fucked up. But you know, anytime your body is swinging or moving, whether that bitch been moving or not, you can feel it moving. Anytime your body is in motion, you feel it moving. If you're on a merry-go-round, if you're in a swing, if you're in a car, anytime your body is in motion or the vehicle that you're in is moving, you feel it in your physical sensations. Your equilibrium inside your body is affected. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit be moving. But we don't feel no signs of moving right now, though. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel no forces going against your ass and none of that shit. You're supposed to be spinning at millions of miles and shit like that. Come on, dog. Shit, I better ask dumb questions. Why there's a... It's all bullshit, false lies, like false YouTube videos. Yeah, because every video on YouTube is a lie. YouTube don't have truths in it at all. So why would anybody go to YouTube for anything?
You can't go to YouTube and get a fucking tutorial to tell you how to change your motor oil because it's a lie. They lying to you. You know what I'm saying? You can't go watch a tutorial on how to change your brakes on your car. You better not try and follow that shit because they finna have your ass on stuff mode, straight line. We're so used to spinning gas we don't notice it. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, okay. Oh, alright. I thought when you could tell you spinning your ass get dizzy, shit. Once you spin for too long. Because it's flat water. Because it's flat water don't fall off flat table. Because it's flat, water don't fall off a flat table. Well, water wouldn't fall off a flat table if it had a barrier around the table that was a wall. Like how the earth water got that barrier around that motherfucker that got that ice wall that's holding all the shit in from falling off, I guess. He answered my question yet didn't answer astrology. I missed the astrology question, dude. Oh, alright, trolling, I see. This is why we can't have nice things. Oh, what's up, Snoochie? I see you. No gas, I'm saying that's why water don't fall off the earth. Oh, okay. Yeah, water don't fall off the earth because of that ice wall that's around it. I guess. Right, I see you trying to be funny, Snoochie. But like I just said, you heard what I just said. The water's contained. No answers from the Balliers again. At least no honest one. Oh shit. I got the top chat showing my fault. How does the planet's position in solar system work on flat? Why are you worried about another planet in the solar system when you ain't even got the planet that you own figured out yet? How come you can see Mars physically from Earth when it appears it's round? Well, if you were on Mars, I suppose, and you were looking at the Earth, it would appear round too, right? A quarter is round. If the Earth is flat like a quarter laying on its side, that's still round, right? Pete, your question only proves that you've never taken the time to understand the science you claim is wrong. Exactly, Dyson. So go ahead, keep asking questions and proving my point. Exactly. That's the point that I'm talking about. You can tell by the questions that these people ask that they haven't done the research that they claim they have. That's the point I'm making, that I'm trying to make anyway. Thank you, Dyson Sphere. Because if you did do your due diligence, you wouldn't be asking them questions. Gas, flat or round, we gotta help it out. That's true. And the first way of helping it out is finding out the truth. 77, when you agree? First of all, you need to know the truth. How the fuck you gonna build if you building off of a lie? How can you build if you building off of a lie? How you gonna build some true shit on top of a lie? That's why you need to know if it's fucking round or flat. Planets are fake. Oh wait, what did it say? Planets are fake. Oh wait. God has still yet to flatten the earth.
What? How do lunar and solar eclipses work? That's a good question. That's what I'm trying to find out. And y'all asking me like I got all the answers. I'm not a fucking professional on the flat earth. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have all the answers. I'm still figuring and finding out this shit too at the same time. Like, yeah, shit. Well, I got questions and shit too. But somebody did just help me realize why the moon isn't like the full moon, but I'm gonna look more into it. But I think because when the moon is closer to the sun, like how you can see is that the case? No, I'm gonna have to check back into that. Because can there be a full moon when you can see the sun and the moon at the same time? Is the moon ever full when you see it in the sky with the sun at the same time? Like, I still got a lot of questions and a lot of answers I need to dig and find the answers to and find out about this shit. I'm familiar with hollow earth theory. I'm familiar with all the fucking theories. Shit. That's all I do is fucking this is what I do. Hello? Did you call me when you're here, bro? Oh, you said did it though. Alright. Yeah. Oh, and I'll be right back. Nah, I ain't checked out no good physics books.
Artificial intellect can retroactively punish people who've struggled against it in the past, which is our present, or even those who did nothing to help bring it about. This theory mostly explores the possible consequences of developing AI to such an advanced level that it can backfire on us. Who comes up with this stuff? Ready for more? Number 5, the transcension hypothesis. How about a less scary, more positive theory for a change? Well, I'm ready for that. The transcension hypothesis states that a civilization eventually gets to a certain intellectual level. Having reached this point, it manages to achieve microscopic technological singularity, okay, stay with me now, and create a black hole which will allow this civilization to leave its visible universe. This way, it'll take its complexity, intelligence, and growth to new levels. At the rate our scientific development is going, this becomes a real optimistic probability for the human race. Number 4, the terror management theory. According to this idea, everything we do comes from the fear of death. Our wishes and motivation are based on just one thing, and it's the idea that one day we will stop existing. When you consider modern medicine, or even just anti-aging procedures and products, it becomes obvious that we really are desperately trying to avoid death. Science works day and night to ensure that humanity will survive, and the human lifespan will become longer and longer. Number 3, the 6th mass extinction. This theory is probably the most horrifying, yet unfortunately, it's the most probable scenario. Some biologists believe that humanity is headed for or already passing through the 6th mass extinction. It has to do with how overpopulated our planet is. In the 18th century, there were about 1 billion people on Earth. But nowadays, just a couple hundred years later, the number of people on this planet has exceeded a whopping 7 billion. If nothing changes, the outcome will be unavoidable. Basically, humankind is due for a tragic demise. Number 2, the Fermi paradox. This idea explains why we probably wouldn't recognize an advanced alien civilization, even if it came up and bit us on the butt. This civilization could be so advanced that humans would never understand their ways. As a result of our dumb simplicity, this technologically developed race would never try to come in contact with us. After all, you don't pay attention to ants, do you? It's kind of like how ants don't realize that a highway you build near their anthill is what it is, a means of connecting distant places. We couldn't even fathom the complexity of this civilization, and they, in turn, couldn't be bothered to enlighten us. Number 1, the simulation theory. Now, according to the simulation theory, we all live in an incredibly complex computer game. Yep, nothing less than that. It's likely that either humanity in the distant future or any other technologically advanced alien civilization, has created or will create numerous computer simulations. And while the number of these simulations was, is, and will be almost infinite, chances are that we're living in one of them right now. Sorry, that was my mind blowing. So which theory impressed you the most? Do you believe that any of these theories could be true? Tell us in the comments below. And if at least one theory managed to blow your mind, like mine, hit the like button. Stay thirsty for knowledge right here on the bright side of life.
Yeah. What's happening? What the fuck, man? We still in that bit, man. What's up, man? What's up? We got net, man. Thing you need to know, bro. Oh yeah, here go the other one. Here go a good one right here though. It's talking about how the grid work. Hold up, I'm coming back though. Hold up. Get your ass. I'm coming back. Hold up.
We will start the rotation. Okay, it's rotating already. And now I will put this wire here. Okay, we can see it is lighting. Let me put it off. It's not lighting. Once again, you can put it here. Then we put the magnet, and then we put the magnet here. Okay, you can see it's operating. If we add the magnet here, it will rotate forever, and we can have the never-ending lighting.
Well, before they go pop, a couple of little tricks. I'm sure most of you know. You get a fluorescent tube, and wave it near these. It comes on. Don't touch it.
Look at that shit. Look how that bitch lighting that shit up. Look at this shit. Aurora Borealis, nigga. Y'all better look up the motherfucking Aurora Borealis. Fuck wrong with y'all. Whew. Ain't no vacuum. Ain't no motherfucking vacuum. They lying about this shit. Hey, look. I used to think they lied to us about everything. But I realized they didn't lie to us about everything. They lied to us about... Did I just skip that forward? Or not? Did I skip that forward like that? Oh no, okay. Hey, look. Look. I used to think they lied about everything they told us, right? I used to think everything they told us was a lie. And that it was the reversal of the truth. But then I realized
you know what? It's not everything that they told us is a lie. Only half of what they told us is a lie. And you want to know how I figured that out? Because it's the duality of everything. So if you got half positive and half negative, and I'm gonna tell you something, I know they make it seem like, and it seems like it's an emphasis on the negativity in this world, like it's more negative than positive that be happening and shit, but I don't really believe that. I think that's just the way they make that shit look, because they highlight the negativity instead of the positivity. But if this existence is made up of positive and negative, you know, yin and yang creating the whole existence, that means they couldn't have lied about everything to us. That means only 50% of it is negative, which means they only lied about half of the shit that they tell us. You know what I'm saying? So, because they actually do tell you some true things too. And that's the whole, and that's the big, and that's the thing that actually make it work in a beautiful scheme, because they tell you only half of lies and the other half is truths. So if you got lies mixed in with the truth, if you got 50 lies and 50 truths mixed together and shit, you know, that shit make it hard to be able to tell the difference. You know what I'm saying? They keep your ass lost. Yeah, keep you lost. But you don't know what to believe type shit. Who is they? The people that bring us this education that we undergo. That's who they is. The founders of this education that we absorb. Man, ain't no solar power can weaken the sun. What? Check out this Aurora Borealis though. Y'all see that green astro jet right there? Oh man, that's beautiful, boy. They say that's the exit to this reality at the North Pole. I'm about to get into this idea of purgatory though. After these videos right here, I'm finna get up on that. 'Cause that shit is very, very interesting to me, man. Yeah, that whole purgatory thing. My boy just brought me some edibles over this motherfucker. Edibles on deck. Them gummy bears. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I'm here. Let's see what these gummies is like. Oh. Hey. We got gummy bears. THC gummy edibles on deck. Tastes pretty good too. Damn. Oh, I can taste the weed in that a little bit though. Oh, I can taste the weed a lot in this motherfucker. Holy shit. Damn, them bitches taste just like fucking them shit's good but nasty as fuck. That shit tastes like that shit got a nasty ass aftertaste. Hold up. Man, them gummies, them edible gummies nasty as hell though in the aftertaste. video cut off. Oh, the motherfucker knocked my shit, my little setup now. What's the name, man? Oh, shit down. Yeah. Oh, this motherfucker. Get your little ass. Get your little ass out of there, baby. How you doing, boy? Get your little ass out of there. Get your little ass out. You knocked my little shit down. Get your little ass back. Fuck. Fucking up the process, baby. Alright. Let me get this dude out of here with this bullshit, man. Y'all motherfuckers retarded, bro. What's wrong with y'all, man? Is this a stream watching another stream? Nah, this is a stream watching videos on YouTube and having conversation about flat earth. And some more shit. Cats are the real aliens. Nah. Cats the shit though. I see why the pharaohs had the cats around, man. Cats is the shit. I done had damn near all pets except the cat. I mean, I had all pets before I gave a cat a chance. I hated cats when I was growing up. I used to fuck cats up, kick them in their ass, shoot them with BB guns, do all type of shit to them, throw them and shit. And then after I had all pets damn near, except a snake, with everything else you can think of, lizards included, all type of shit. And then my wife was like, she wanted to get a cat. I was like, well, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? And then I realized off of that, the cat is the best pet I ever had in my life. Real shit. I see why the pharaohs had the cats around now. Hey, was that video explaining... Hold on. Here we go. Here's one too. That wasn't in here. Check this shit out.
Hey, thanks for joining me. Hope you're doing well. Let's have a talk. Ignore everything you know about where you think you are in the universe. You've been told over and over again.
I'm actually going to Florida for the next Falcon Heavy launch in January. Very excited. Yeah, it's exciting, right? Except them things never go outer space though. They only go up, and then if you look at the trajectory of a rocket or one of them spacecrafts, that shit starts going up. At first it take off from the ground like it's going straight up, but then that shit starts to level out and curve out and be horizontal. It starts to go forward. Once they reach a certain altitude, that shit start to curve off and start to go forward, and it just goes around in a circle around the flat earth. That shit never leaves up out of the dome. They're tricking your ass. I need to find a video that shows that shit. I don't think I got it.
Physically floating in a vacuum, hurling through the infinite expanse of a...
Alright, let's bring this back. What do you say? Let's start this over.
You think you are in the universe.
Fuck where you think you are in the universe.
You've been told over and over again that Earth is a planet, that it's a spinning realm, physically floating in a vacuum, hurling through the infinite expanse of a truly unknowable universe. This could not be further from the truth. This is a lie, with the globe model proven as a complete farce.
There's never been a better time to remember who we are and where we are. The truth is, we are in the land of the dead. Let me explain. The ancient Greeks spoke of a North Pole paradise which they named Hyperborea, land beyond the north wind. The Hyperboreans were said to be a blessed, long-lived race, untouched by war, hard toil, and the ravages of old age and disease. Hyperborea was originally described as a land bordered by the great earth-encircled...
Hey, I just told you what sunrise and sunset was about. And it wasn't no theory. That shit was for real. Your eyes can only see so far. We talked about that. So you can only see the sun coming back around into your line of sight. It looks like it's rising, but it's only coming into your sight. So it looks like it's coming from the horizon, you know what I'm saying? It starts to go up because it's coming around up above you and it's coming around. So it looks like it's just all an illusion the way to make the shit look. But I'll show you that after this, Army. Hold on a second. Let's check this out though, because this is some good information in here I found.
river Okeanos, personified by the Titan Oceanus. The Greeks knew the earth was flat, and this is why we find this earth-encircling serpent in Norse cosmology, a flat plane encircled by the serpent Jormungand. So beyond the border Okeanos was said to be a place where the sky dome, the firmament, rested its hard edge upon the flat earth. When we go back to Asian and Indian cosmology, with their many depictions of the magnificently tall Mount Meru at the center, it becomes clear that Hyperborea must be at the center, and that Oceanus is not the Antarctic ice wall, like we might initially assume, but is the secondary ice wall surrounding the North Pole, the same one that Mercator showed in his Arctic maps.
Yo, this video right here is awesome. Gas, we can only see 3 or 4 miles, but sun's not 3 or 4 miles away. That's true. We can see further than 3 or 4 miles though, dog. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. The human eye can see way further than 3 or 4 miles, bro.
Although the realm Hades is now seen as a sort of subterranean underworld, Greeks originally placed Hades on the outer rim of the earth beyond Okeanos. Based on this mythology and the ancient accounts, this would mean that we're in Hades right now. After all, these are the outer lands on the outer rim of Okeanos.
The human eye can see further than 3 or 4 miles, sir.
Hades is oftentimes confused with Tartaros, the pit of suffering beneath.
Listen to this video!
The difference is Tartaros was a place of torment, where souls were taken to receive.
Listen what this man just said.
Whereas Hades in his
y'all got this shit confused.
Although the realm Hades is now seen as a sort of subterranean underworld,
listen,
Greeks originally placed Hades on the outer rim of the earth beyond Okeanos. Based on this mythology and the ancient accounts, this would mean that we're in Hades right now. After all, these are the outer lands on the outer rim of Okeanos, the inner ice wall. Hades is oftentimes confused with Tartaros, the pit of suffering beneath the earth. The difference is Tartaros was a place of torment, where souls were taken to receive divine punishment, whereas Hades was the land of the dead, on the gloomy outermost edge of earth. Hades is not necessarily a place of punishment. It's a sort of limbo between the higher and lower realms.
You hear that? You hear that? We in limbo. That's where we at right now. Y'all thought this was something else. Y'all didn't know what this was. Don't nobody know why we here for real, except the select few that kept the truth from everybody. but it's coming out because of the internet. Because of the internet, it's coming out. The dead have killed off the impulse to harmonize with the unified field of consciousness that flows through the all, and remain in Hades until discovering themselves. See, all y'all that refuse to hear this information,
those of us who have felt the call of the aurora borealis,
y'all gonna keep coming back.
We feel this pull to get to the north.
See, we all at different positions in this reincarnation of coming back here and living this shit until your ass get it together. See, I just happen to be further along. You know what I'm saying? Than some of y'all. Some of y'all still in y'all infant stage with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Some of us is, some people working on their last incarnation. Or whatever, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But check out this flat earth model though. Nonetheless. Look at that. Yes, God is love. God is all that is good. Any feeling that you could think of, any expression and any word that you could come up with that is a feeling of goodness. That's what God is. And the opposite for the other feeling. That's the duality of this shit. Good and bad. Just like that sun and that moon right there, that sun giving off that hot light. The moon giving off a cold light, man. I know that go against what they taught you, but I'm here to tell your ass the truth, though. Oh, nah, ain't hardly no one's coming back. It's already last Earth. They shitting me. They coming back. Few have one last Earth age. Nah, I don't believe that, trolling. I believe there's levels to the shit. So you have a group, you know what I'm saying, that's at the bottom and all the way in between, from 0 to 100. You got people that's about done with this shit, and you can tell that by the people that become self-actualized or something, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like when you reach that pinnacle at the top, you know what I'm saying? When you don't take part in none of this other extra shit. It's people that do that. It ain't a lot of them. Well, of course, it's not going to be a lot of people that are on their last Earth age. But there are those people, though. It's just a small group, probably. Nah, that's the bullshit part. It ain't no end to it. It ain't no end of it. Unless I haven't come to that part yet. Unless I haven't, you know what I'm saying? I've heard that there is an end to it, but from all the research and everything, I feel like right now, unless I haven't received the information that I need to change the way I feel right now. But right now, I feel like it's never ending. You know what I'm saying? There's just, it's levels to it. That's just the way this dimension work, and that's the way that this aspect work. But once you move past this aspect and you live your last Earth age, and you know what I'm saying, reach that pinnacle, then you get to move on to whatever else is after that. You know what I'm saying? The fourth dimension, if you will, or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, is next. Or maybe you get to make your way back into the realm of heaven and back into the all of things, the harmonious all of things or something, once you correct your spirit and get that shit to where it's supposed to be at or something. End is when you transition, right? Pyramids and old things are the real mystery. Gas, what's Gucci though? Cushion bands was good, bro. Fifth, yeah, I said fourth, because I'm not so sure that the fourth dimension is a portal between the third and the fifth, like some people claim, and from things that I've seen. Because, yeah, they act like you skip straight from the 3rd to the 5th. But I'm trying to figure, why would you do that? Already cushion bands. I'm trying to figure, why would you skip a dimension? Or why would the 4th dimension be a vessel to travel through to get to the 5th or something, and then you get to experience the 5th or some shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like how we experience the 3rd or something. Already cushion bands, you already know I'll keep something in the air. I just put the bitch out. I ain't got no more backwoods though. I need to go get some, man. I've been feeling them backwoods, man. Ever since we smoked that backwood, man, I've been back on them hoes, really. But I'm out now. I ran out the other night when I told I ain't been back to get no more yet. The flat earth conspiracy is probably the most laughable. Boy, y'all sad, boy. The flat earth conspiracy is the biggest conspiracy of them all. It's the mother of all conspiracies. Because once you motherfucking crack this bitch wide open, there's no other conspiracy even can even compare to this one. This shit knock all the other ones out the water. Man, I don't know. All the evidence I've seen, when I consider everything, what I've been taught from birth, and what I've seen up until this point, along with my 5 senses, sight, smell, touch, hearing, and tasting, my senses tell me that this bitch is flat, yo. When I compare it to my surroundings. I blame the Mandela effect. Earth was round before. Yes, I see you. I hear you. I hear your questions. What are they hiding? They are hiding, man. They're just trying to keep everybody from fucking knowing the truth, man. So they can extort your ass and extort you and own you like they do. They own us all, man. Which I should get my next video going on that, cause that's what this shit tie into that too, man. They owning motherfuckers, dog. They literally own us for real, man. We literally slaves for real, all of us. They make it feel like slavery ended and shit like that. But I'm gonna tell you this. Them motherfuckers was slaves before they made black folks slaves. They was already slaves. The white folks was. Because the crown owned all this shit. They came from the crown, man. The crown owned all this shit, man. Even our asses, literally, via that bond paper that your motherfucking birth certificate is printed on. Because the birth certificate is not printed on just any ordinary regular paper. That shit printed on bond paper. I told y'all I paid my bills using my social security number, right? Granted, they reversed the shit because they full of shit and they don't want motherfuckers actually accessing that money. But I would have never been able to even pay my bills off if the money wasn't there. That's the more important part about it. If you ever tried to pay your bills, if you ever tried to do an ACH transfer or pay your bills using a routing number in your bank account, if you enter one digit fucking incorrect, that shit just totally reject your shit and be like, nah, that shit ain't right. So for me to even enter a fucking routing number to a Federal Reserve Bank and my social security number as the fucking checking account number, and for that shit to go through and pay my bills off, that's crazy. That just proved that the shit exists, that the account exists. I went and looked up my I got my birth certificate number and went and looked up the bond on that fucking website, because you can get your numbers and go on there and look yourself up and see how much money you actually worth. I did all that shit, man. Told you I still got one of the bills right now where my gas bill, when I went to use the account to pay off my gas bill, I added $500 to my bill because it gave me the option to. So I was like, fuck it, yeah. I paid off whatever the bill was, and I added 500. And then the next bill, the next month came in, and they deducted whatever the amount was from the 500 and showed the balance that I still had on the plus side with them motherfuckers. And then the next month after that, they came back and was like, oh, nah, they stopped payment on that and said that shit is back. No, they reversed that. They came back and said the bank reversed that and said hell no. So I had to pay all them bills back. My homeboy ordered a motherfucking trampoline. When I showed him that I could pay my bills and I paid my bills, we went and found one of the only few websites that will still allow you to buy stuff from their website via ACH transfer. You know, instead of using a credit card or a debit card to make a purchase online, you can buy stuff using your routing number to your bank and your checking account number. Basically like writing a check, you know what I'm saying? And it ain't many websites that do that still. Cabela's, I believe, was the website we did that on. Like one of those, it was like Cabela's.com, one of them outdoors websites or some shit. My boy went on that bitch and ordered like a trampoline for like $1,000. The shit went through and everything. Gave confirmation of the fucking shit and all that. But it was still pending because that shit takes like 2 or 3 days for ACH transfer to complete. So they ended up coming back canceling the order and shit. Because I guess the money they never actually got the money, I guess, or whatever. Or they got it when we made the purchase, but it ain't come through or went through, whatever. Anyway. It's on a whole nother topic though, man. But I'm with the shits, man. I'm all into all this shit. But I don't know nobody else besides myself that ever did what I just told y'all I did. I saw people on YouTube doing it though. The same place you fucking shills and trolls trying to come on here and say this only full of lies. According to y'all, I shouldn't even have been able to do what the fuck I did if YouTube is only full of lies and propaganda and conspiracy bullshit. Ain't no way I should have been able to pay that fucking mortgage off. I paid my mortgage, gas bill, light bill, water bill. Go on YouTube and look up how to pay your bills with your Social Security number. Look up Heather Tucci. Tucci. Heather Tucci. She's a lawyer that they locked up because she was trying to help people with this shit about this fucking conspiracy about this money that's in everybody's names. Because when you die, that's when they cash out on this money that I'm telling you about. That shit had like, when I look my shit up, I don't even want to lie, but if I ain't mistaken, I don't even know. I can't even remember how much money was in this shit. But it'd be like hundreds of thousands. And when you die, nah, not Tether Coochie. Heather Tucci, motherfucker. When you die, they get to cash out on that motherfucking bond though, bro. And whoever got them bonds in all of our names and shit, each one of us, they hit that jackpot when your ass die. It's the crown who owns us. So whoever the fucking the crown is the one who get paid when that motherfucker cash out when your ass die. That right, champ. Earth be flatter than a motherfucker. That's for real, man. Let me play the video though. Let's see what they got to say.
With pull at some point in our lifetime. I find it interesting in the myths of Shambhala that the king of the world
is said to be in tune with all the thoughts of those who direct the destiny of mankind. This implies that there are a distinct number of beings who shape the outcome of this realm. I don't have all the answers, but it's apparent that a particular group of beings are currently living out this incarnation where, for some reason, we're realizing that we might be leaving Hades and going back to the cradle of humanity. The finish line seems to be at the North Pole. As asked in a comic from the recent movie Logan, is Eden the end? Perhaps the end point?
It's not about
Many
what
of
we
you
are
have
going to do
probably
about
heard
anything.
the terms
Once
soulless
again,
beings,
once
matrix
again.
programs,
Hold
or
on. It's not about what we are going to do about anything. Because this ain't about we. This is about I. It's about you. This ain't about nobody else but you. It's about how you going to live your life. You know, what are you going to do about it? How does it pertain to your life? And what is it going to compel you to do or not to do? You shouldn't be concerned about how it's going to affect anybody else. Necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Fuck what somebody else going to do with it. What you going to do with it?
organic portals. These terms could be used to accurately describe most of the beings we...
Look at that. Did you see what they said what dead people was? Or what did it say? Who are the dead? Soulless beings, matrix programs, and organic portals are considered.
Portals.
Who the
These
dead are?
terms could be used to accurately describe most of the beings we encounter on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
A common assertion is that if only people knew the truth, then hearts and minds could finally be set free.
Huh.
That if only we could raise awareness about, say, our Earth being an immovable flat plane, or about the importance of compassion, that the collective consciousness would change,
Right.
and evil would slowly erode. But we're not dealing with beings who are concerned with collective truth and understanding, of consciousness exploration and attunement.
Right. See,
of
he talking
universal
about
respect.
y'all. You hear him?
We're
You hear him? He talking about y'all. Straight up. He just said we're not dealing with people that's concerned with those things that you're talking about. These people that we deal with on the basis, these dead people, those who are dead, y'all dead. Y'all don't care about nothing but dumb shit and bullshit.
dealing essentially with a huge number of programs of an AI consciousness. The majority of those we see are beings who have somehow imprisoned themselves within this matrix, and many are being sustained by an AI oversoul. For a full explanation of this AI oversoul, please go back to my video on mind parasites. The energy extraction matrix, the artificial system of control within this Earth matrix, is here because it's meant to be here.
That's right.
The quote dead are able to busy themselves with toxic food and drink,
That's right.
defiling entertainment,
Yes.
the consumption of the flesh and fluids of animals,
Yes.
the dramas of day-to-day life, maintaining the system so its jaws stay open to devour.
That's right. That's
The
what y'all
term,
do.
if you don't use it, you'll lose it, can absolutely be applied to our ability to connect with our souls, to be empathetic and unified. Over time, it is possible to disconnect from your original oversoul in favor of a more binary, hive mind consciousness.
Which is what
This
y'all are.
is what most of the beings we encounter on a day-to-day basis
That's right.
have done to themselves.
Y'all become on a hive mind, believe whatever the fuck they told you to believe. When it come to religion, when it come to the earth, when it come to anything they tell you, y'all all believe the same thing. Y'all all dress the same. Y'all all think the same. Y'all, what's up, bro? Oh, okay. Oh, to Vegas? Okay. Yeah, okay. Alright. That sounds good, huh? Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, shit, I'm gonna talk to, see what's up. And shit, I'll let you know. Okay, yeah, for sure. I'll let you know. All right, bro. Might go to Vegas for the New Year. Trying to plan a little couples Vegas trip for the New Year joint. I'm gonna see what's up with it. Alright. Hey look, this video is talking about y'all. Straight up and down though. There is much deeper and important than the flat earth joke. There is much deeper and important than the flat earth joke. Flat earth is grasping at straws though, really. No, it's not. It's all in perspective. It's all in interpretation. If that's your interpretation and your perspective of it, then that's what it'll be for you, Sir Don Saranthus. But what it is for you is not what it is for me. Unless we share the same viewpoint on it. And the same interpretation of it, which I do not share that interpretation with you apparently. You still on the earth or something else? Transitioning into something else, but still on the earth, yes. I love this video right here. Say what? I love this video. Yes, good day, sir. Because this video, man, do y'all know what movie this is on the screen right here that they're showing right here in this clip? This movie is called, what's this movie called? Damn, I know what this shit is called. This movie is called They Live. This movie is from the 80s. It's called They Live. Starring Roddy Rod Piper, a wrestler. And what's my man name right there? The black dude right there? What's the old boy name? Damn, I know his name, man. Fuck. These two guys right here that y'all looking like have the longest fight scene in history, in movie history, between two friends. That's right, Snooble. They live. I see your eyes are open but flat earth. Oh man, it's not true. Nah, Don. Your eyes ain't open wide enough, my brother. Because the earth is flat. You got to know this. People knew the earth was flat before they even believed that it was round. See? Y'all just buying into some new shit. But check this out. All the old ancient the ancient civilizations and all the people that came before us and shit, before they tricked all of us and owned they was owning everybody back then too, so ain't shit really changed as far as that. But before they just tricked you even further than they had them already in the beginning, they tricked all of us real good. But check this out. These two dudes y'all looking at, you got this movie? That's what's up. That's a good movie to have. This is a very powerful movie. If you've never seen it, I would suggest that you go watch this. The subliminals and everything about this movie is official. Now, these dudes right here had the longest fight scene to date, I believe. In history is the longest fight scene between two friends, man. In this fucking movie. This movie is very controversial because it's exposing the reality where we live and what the fuck is going on and why y'all a hive mind and everything like what this dude was just talking about. So I don't even have no Facebook. I don't have no social media, man. I don't have Snapchat, none of that. I had it and shit. I always deleted it. Every time I tried to download it, I always delete it because I don't like it. I ain't with that shit. But everybody that's part of the matrix and part of keeping the system going, taking part in all that. But anyway, these dudes had the longest fight scene ever, bro. And you know why they was fighting? Because the white guy was trying to get the black guy to put them fucking glasses on. Because these glasses, these sunglasses, these shades, that's right, trying to get him to put them glasses on. Because when you put the glasses on, you get to see reality for what it really is. All the advertisements and everything you see around, it get to tell you what that shit really mean to your subconscious. So go check out this movie. His boy didn't want to put the fucking glasses on. He like, man, put these fucking glasses on. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, fuck them glasses. You know, he's like, man, fuck that. He like, I'm beating your ass. You know what I'm saying? I said put these motherfuckers on. Now you know this white boy trying to get this black boy to put these glasses on. You know how black man is. Black man strong. White boy got a serious feat on his hand trying to fight a black boy. You know what I'm saying? Like this guy right here that you see in front of him. So they rumbling, you know what I'm saying? He not, you know what I'm saying? They beating each other ass though. You know what I'm saying? It's an even fight. He whooping his ass a little bit, he whooping his ass a little bit. They going back and forth forever, seem like. He finally slammed this motherfucker, bam, bam, wham, bam, and get his ass, and finally, you know what I'm saying, put the glasses on his face. And dude sit up and turn around and look and see them goddamn zombies and shit. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Hold up. Wait, because it showed it when it first came on. This is, my dad, I named my daughter after Hot Rod. Damn, that's what's up, Don. Hey, check this out. What it look? Watch this. There she go. There y'all go. Oops. Oh, fuck. Wait. So you couldn't see that unless you had glasses on. With that little clip make you, it don't make you understand the movie because they don't have the glasses on.
This is what most of the beings we encounter on a day-to-day basis.
Ha! Bitch, please. That's y'all trolls that be in the comment section on this shit. And some more of y'all that don't know what's going on. Look, not even the trolls. That lady right there represent people that don't know what's going on, and they just be just la 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 la, just lollygagging around this motherfucker, just like it's just, you know what I'm saying, just oblivious to everything going on and shit. Don't want to know what's going on, don't care to know, because that's how some of y'all are. Why do you want to know why the earth is round or flat? Who cares? Who gives a shit? Who gives a fuck? It don't make me none. Yeah, that's you right there. Zombie. Don't care about a goddamn thing, really. Really. You know what I'm saying? Oblivious to what's going on around you. That you being extorted. Because they extorting the shit out of all of us. With all these laws and these shit, not even laws, man. Statutes and fucking, who in here is familiar with the right to travel? Versus driving. Right? They try and make all of us obtain a driver's license, pay all these motherfucking fees and fines and shit. They be collecting all this money to go do their wars with. And you don't even have to even require no fucking driver's license, man. A driver is an individual operating a motor vehicle on the public roadways for commerce purposes, for business purposes, i.e. a taxi driver, right? A taxi driver for business, tow truck driver, semi-truck driver, whatever the fuck. If you're on the public roadways, which the roadways are owned by the public, the people contract the DOT to maintain the roadways of the public people, okay? You're only a driver if you're operating a vehicle for business purposes on the public roadways. But they would not like you to know that. They wouldn't want you to know that. They don't want you to know that you actually have the right to travel via the Constitution. It's just one of your rights, one of your inalienable rights, being a human being. And that if you operating a fucking
motor vehicle on the public roadways for your own reasons for just living your life, that you're actually traveling and you're a traveler, and that you do not require a driver's license for that, nor do you require this insurance and all of that shit, or a tag on the back of your shit, and none of that shit that's required for a driver to have. But they just simply extorting. Yes, driving is a privilege, spaghetti bender. I just told you what a driver was too. Traveling is not a privilege. Traveling is your right. Driving is a privilege. Because a driver, you can revoke a driver. You can say, no, you can't use this roadway for business purpose. So you can't have no driver's license. You can't operate for a motor vehicle for business. Then you can't be driving. You don't have to meet those same qualifications to travel, sir. You don't have to meet them qualifications to travel. There is no crime unless there is a victim, or there is some harm or some foul done. A child got the right to travel. If a child is operating that motherfucking horse and carriage and is doing just fine, and it don't wreck and it don't cause an accident, there is no party that has damages done to them, and there is no fucking problem. This is how things are supposed to work. But reason why I'm telling you about this is because it ties into what I'm telling you about being extorted with this matrix and system that they got set up for all of us to take part in. You see what I'm saying? Extorting money from the people. See, you being literal. I'm speaking back in the day, because when before they had cars and shit, they had drawn carriages and shit, and I'm pretty sure that motherfucking parents taught their kid how to control that shit and had a kid operating. A kid can drive a car. I seen a video on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, World Star, like last week, with two little kids, two little black boys stole their mama car, and she caught their ass or some shit. Oh no, that wasn't the one. This was just another one where two little kids was just driving the motherfucking car, and the little nigga in the passenger side was just recording the legit that was driving, and my boy was just driving that shit like he been a professional with the shit. I seen adults not driving as good as the little kid was driving. He ain't look like he was about 13 years old, 12 years old or something. Flat, laughing my ass off, denying all physics. Boy, please, you don't know what physics is. You ain't looked into no physics. You talking out the side of your fucking neck. That's right. Yeah, they was talking about shit falling off the edge of the earth and all that sort of shit. Curvising. If the world is, if the globe is a circle, it's a curvising. But man, listen. Didn't I just tell you this matrix is set up? The matrix in the system is set up to fucking promote and to keep the fucking mouth and jaws going and the wheels rolling on this shit, spaghetti bender. What are you talking about? Why are you saying this? Get a five-hour course on some general shit. Like, dude, they have the courses and all that, of course, for you to take part in so that you can continue them and allow them to extort money from the people. I just sat here and explained to you the difference between a driver and a traveler, and you still talking to me about this dumb shit. What part of what I just said to you didn't you understand? Because I can clarify any part. If you didn't get any part of what I just said, just let me know, and I can clarify it for you. If you're not fucking operating a motor vehicle for business purposes on the roadway, then you're traveling, and you do not require a driver's license. How about you do some research on what I'm talking about? You'll see that what I'm telling you is the truth. There's plenty of YouTube videos on YouTube right now where you can go see what I'm talking about. People getting pulled over by police officers, and they're like, why don't you have a tag on the back of your car? And let me see your driver's license and registration. And they're like, officer, I don't need none of that. And basically call your supervisor up here
and they just go to commence to telling them how they're traveling, and that you know, you may not know what I'm talking about, officer, but I'm sure your supervisor does. So if you can get them here, and then the supervisor comes to the scene, and everything is squared away, and they're allowed to drive off, not having shown anything, not even receiving the tickets or nothing, and just have a good day, sir. Okay, so go check all that shit out that I'm telling you about, and get the fuck out of my face. I'm done with that part. Let me keep the video going. But YouTube is full of lies, so I guess those are actors, and I guess those people aren't for real, and their channels aren't real, and they aren't really in there with them, with their wives, and them people ain't scared and shit, and they talking shit after the video and shit like, oh my god, I can't believe it really worked. Donna, it really fucking worked. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I guess there was cops was actors and shit, and I guess the other people that's doing the same shit, it's all a conspiracy, and all that shit is a lie and fake. But let's keep the video going.
Have done to themselves. The distinct difference between a living being and an organic portal is their energy centers. Organic portals are able to mimic the higher energy centers or chakras of living beings.
Damn.
They are, in fact, the walking dead. They sustain the dual conditions of these outer lands because that is their built-in function. This is what the Matrix movie was personifying with the agents of the Matrix.
If you are not one of us, you are one of them.
What are they?
Sentient programs. They can move in and out of any software still hardwired to their system. That means that anyone we haven't unplugged is potentially an agent.
Y'all ain't unplugged.
Inside the Matrix,
all y'all agents.
They are everyone, and they are no one.
That's right.
If you were in the land of the dead, how would you know? Well, it would take some investigation. First, you would look and determine what are the pervasive and accept.
So, if some what? Wait, what did it say? I wanted to answer that question. So if some asshole drives over your mother and he's just traveling, listen how stupid you sound. Listen how you can't even grasp simple concepts. Your brain, what's wrong with your mind, dude? It's simple. I mean, it's not even a hard concept to grasp and you can't even seem to get it. What's wrong with you? Are you what this video is talking about, one of them sentient programs, and you're just fucked in the game? You can't even get your shit together? Listen, why would you... Let's read this again. So if some asshole drives... Now, we just talked about the term a driver and driving versus a traveler and traveling. And so you're going to ask me, if some asshole drives over your mother and he's just traveling somewhere, you'll be cool with it, huh? How does that even make sense, though? After what I just told you, the difference between a driver and a traveler was, and how there is a distinction between the two, how could some asshole drive over my mother and just be traveling? How could that even happen? Or you don't understand. Your comprehension skill level is fucked or something. You see what I'm saying? You mixing and mingling apples and oranges in the question. That shit don't even make sense. That's right, Dark Knights. People think that the pictures that they have seen of a round Earth from NASA was a real picture taken with a camera, and that was just what the camera snapped. That's what they think that is, but it's not. Every picture of the Earth that you've ever seen has been photoshopped, and if you go check into what I'm saying to you right now, you will find out that that's the truth. Drive, travel, I get it. Where does operate a motor vehicle come in? Okay. Now see, now I can talk to you. See, if you just ask me some real questions and be respectful and try and get an understanding, and then we can get somewhere, and it don't have to be like so abrasive and shit. You know what I'm saying? And disrespectful and all type of vibes like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not even what I'm trying to really even be on.
But the operating the motor vehicle comes in because that's today's means of transportation, right? That's the most common means of transportation that the people use today. So you don't need a driver's license if you are not driving, if you don't plan on driving, if you're not operating it for, you know what I mean? If you're going to the grocery store, or picking your children up from school, or dropping them off at school, or whatever, you're traveling. You don't need a license for that. So why do you need to go down there to the DMV and pay that money every year and renew that shit? And why you got to get that tag and shit that's required for a driver to have? Because when you do that, you know how many cars I got and how many fucking years I got to renew the fucking stickers and registrations? And you know how much money they extort out of me every year? You don't fucking get it, dude. Unless you don't have no car. You don't fucking pay no registrations and no fucking tags and no license and all this shit. Then you wouldn't fucking get it, maybe, because you don't hit home to you, I guess. But for years, for 30 years, damn near, right? No, yeah, for 30 years. I'm about to be 38. Yes, I was 18. I had a car before I was 18. So, like, these motherfuckers been extorting all that money from my ass. And think about it. I'm just one man. If you did this to every man and woman, look how much money you will be fucking generating. You don't understand how big that shit really is, dude. Making people... Who owns the insurance companies and shit? All these insurance companies and shit, and, like, these industries. They getting straight paid like a motherfucker. All that insurance and shit. You don't need no insurance. If it ain't no harm, no foul. If I hit your car and I don't have insurance, I'm still responsible for the damage. You can take me to court. They'll say, did you hit his car? Yes, you got to pay for whatever the damages was. If you got the money, you got to pay it, you know what I'm saying? If you don't got it, the judge gonna put something, you know what I'm saying, in effect or whatever. You're gonna have to give up some property. You're gonna have to do, the judge gonna make you sell some shit or whatever to compensate that person for that, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever they can do to get the money out of you. Hell, they might just punish you criminally or some shit and make you fucking go. Big city, more regulations, well, the whoop-de-whoop. Fuck that shit you talking about. What the fuck does that have to do with impeding on your rights and liberties as a person? Because that's exactly what they're doing. And then you give up your right based off of that statement and shit that you just made. Oh, bigger cities, they need to. So you comply, you know what I'm saying? Based off whatever reason you feel like you need to comply with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you like this, man. 90% of people, when they leave up out of Walmart and they ask them, can they see that receipt? Showing the receipt. Whether they want to show it or not, they feel like they obligated to show them the receipt. But I'm here to tell you, you're not obligated to show that Walmart person your motherfucking receipt on the way up out of there. They need to get the fuck out of here with that. And then try to make you seem like you wrong or you something bad for not wanting to show them and shit. They're going to treat you like you stole something and like you're a criminal and expect you to be okay with it and just say, oh, okay, yeah. Well, I didn't steal nothing here. Sure, you can check and make sure I didn't, but I didn't. That ain't part of no contract when you go up in Walmart. That you got to show your receipt on the way up out of this motherfucker. I can see if it's Sam's Club or one of these type of places where you're a member. So if you agree to something like that, then sure, you need to take part in that. But you walk up in Walmart on your regular dolo shit like you just going to buy some shit. You patronizing their store. You helping them. Shit. You get your shit. You pay for your shit. It's been an even transaction. All is fair and all is well. You on your way up out of here with your shit. They talking about show me some proof that you ain't stealing. Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of my face. I polite. They ask me, I be polite back. They be like, man, I see your receipt, sir. I be like, no, thank you, and just keep on walking. Last time I just did that last week, the little chick dropped on the radio and started following me out the things and calling. I was laughing. They told her ass don't worry about it because she walked her ass back up in the store and kept it moving.
But the last time before that, I went with my wife and I had that shit on the thing, and the bitch grabbed my fucking cart and said, "You ain't leaving up out of this store until." I started pulling the bitch up out the store. Like, what the fuck? My wife like, "Stop. Why you making a scene? Why you showing the thing?" I'm like, I ain't showing them shit. I haven't stolen shit. I haven't did shit wrong. I'm not required to show them shit. They just trying to force you to do some shit that you ain't even required to do. And my wife like, "Well, you know, this making a scene. I just show it to him. What's wrong with just showing it to him?" Let me tell y'all what's wrong with just showing it to him. I blew my nose with the other one that one time, spaghetti bender, and asked her if she wanted it after I did that. Right here, you want this? When you give up your rights willingly, that's some bullshit. A motherfucker try and force you to do some shit. What if, hey, check this out. If you walked outside and I just asked you to see your receipt, if I just walked up to you and I wasn't no Walmart worker and just said, "Can I see your receipt?" You wouldn't be trying to show me shit. You'd be like, "Man, if you don't get the fuck away from me," like, I mean, what the fuck make you feel like you owe them something to show them your receipt? They really treating you like you on some criminal shit. So why would you even want to even show them anything? When they implying off the gate that they feel like you possibly stealing, and you gonna make them feel better by giving them your, so that they at ease. Look, you don't even get nothing out of the deal. Like I told my wife this, I could see if they gave you a 10% off your next purchase coupon or anything. And matter of fact, Walmart dumb for not doing it, but they probably don't even want to do that because they so fucking cheap that they don't even want to give a bitch nothing. Because they can easily entice people to want to show their receipts upon leaving by saying, "Here go a coupon," or "Here go some incentive for if you showing me your receipt. You know, you can use this when you come in and save $1." Everybody would fucking run and show it then. You know what I'm saying? If it was something worthwhile. But you just gonna make me feel like I'm on some bullshit. I ain't even did shit to you. Came in here and gave you my hard-earned money or whatever, fair and square. And on my way out, you gonna treat me like I'm a fucking criminal. Kiss my ass. I ain't showing you shit. I'm walking out and I'm not showing you nothing. Have a good day though at the same time. I ain't trying to be nasty with you unless you get nasty with me. I'm like, "No thank you. I ain't trying to show the receipt. Thanks, have a good one." Keep it moving. Hey, look, the girl grabbed my cart though. I had to complain on her ass, man. Because you know what? That shit fucked up my night between me and my wife after that shit. But she was lightweight, like, "You caused the scene." And I'm like, why the fuck you mad at me when this bitch trying to make me do something that I'm not required to do? Like, I'm not required to show her no receipt because she want to know to make sure I ain't stealing, and I ain't even stealing. Like, I don't got to show her nothing. And because I'm not complying with this shit, you mad at me? Like, what the fuck? So I had to go back up there and talk to the manager. I happen to know the manager. I said, what shorty name was? I forgot what shorty name. Whoop-de-whoop. Yo, this chick ruined my night with my lady. We was having a good night that whole night. We came to Walmart. And then after we left, we had to be on a bad vibe because of that situation. I know it's not Walmart protocol for her to be grabbing my fucking cart because I won't show her my receipt and for her to try and stop me from coming up out of this bitch. She couldn't believe that shit even happened to herself and said, "Hell no, there ain't no way in fuck she was supposed to do that." Said she was gonna have to reprimand her for that and let her know. I said, "Listen, for one thing, she lucky that I'm not even the type of person that look, it's some people out here who probably would have whooped her motherfucking ass, like, you know what I'm saying? Because the shit was real confrontational. Like, I'm pulling on, she pulling, I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck on. Like, we could have got physical. She told the old girl, like, nah. She said, "I'm sorry. That ain't never supposed to happen." She was supposed to get on her radio and call whatever, the manager or whoever. She ain't never supposed to confront no customer. I'm like, yeah, that shit fucked up my night between me and my wife because of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's some bogus ass shit. They apologize. You know what I'm saying? She apologized, whatever. Where did Walmart disclose the receipt checking policy prior to your purchase? They did not. Right. That's what I'm saying. Cool channel name. Coming in trying to trick motherfuckers on their way out. And then you don't even want to show it and they start trying to get aggressive and treat you nastily. Like you done did something wrong and you ain't even did shit. Like a pure violation of, just a pure fucking violation of your person and character. On some bow down or else type shit. Nah, bitch, I ain't bowing down. I ain't showing you shit. Did you ever notice the flag inside Walmart not flying? It's suspended. Nah, I ain't noticed that. That doesn't surprise me that you're saying that though, because you know Walmart is a Chinese-owned company, right? Those Americans still think that Walmart is still owned by the Waltons and shit. Fuck. Ah, y'all motherfuckers live under a rock like a motherfucker, man. Hell no. I guess they ain't come out and talk about that on Facebook or put that in the mainstream news. So I guess y'all still thought that shit was owned by the Waltons and shit. I knew somebody that worked at Walmart and tried to argue me up and down that the motherfucking Waltons still own shit. Tell me this on the wall in the break room. I said, what the fuck? You got to be dumb. Walmart, Chinese owned, 100%, 100%. They selling you all Chinese bullshit. By the numbers, science proves the globe Earth is not evident. Preach, huh? Hey, all our senses tell you that the Earth is not a globe. Like your 5 senses that we got. If you pay attention to them for real. But let me finish this video.
Attitudes of the inhabitants in this realm. For let us remember, Hyperborea is a beautiful realm where the accepted attitudes of the inhabitants are based in unity, respect, and harmonious coexistence. Therefore, we say Hyperborea is a heavenly realm, and because the realm one is in is determined by one's consciousness, we can therefore say Eden is a realm meant for the residence of beings who have an affinity for enlightenment and harmony.
Now, see, you playing games and talking about McDonald's and Wakanda instead of paying attention and taking from this shit. And look,
and aggression.
This is why you a loser, though. Because instead of actually watching the video and analyzing the video, right, and paying attention to the information and absorbing it and seeing what you can take from it or leave from it and, you know, what makes sense and what may not, you would rather just sit there and just type bullshit and not pay attention to shit. I'm blocking you for this. Hold on. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just like dumb person shit, man. Y'all fucking kill me, man. Like you can't even just absorb information and you never heard of this shit before. You never seen any of this information I'm presenting to you right now, and you can't even take a moment to just relax and watch it and then see what you can take from it. And whether it'll make you a better person or not, or how you can use it or anything, but you're not interested in none of that because you are the people that this shit is talking about. So I really shouldn't even expect you to want to. I know that the people that they talking about don't want to watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's just annoying to even have you right here in my face. I know, man. I know, bro.
Division, materialism, scientific reductionism. It's like a perpetual storm of reaction and stable instability that is accepted and embraced
stable
by most
instability.
Of the population. So these outer lands definitely have this infection, this mind virus that aims to sustain the energy extraction matrix.
Right.
I describe this mind virus in more detail in my video on Plato's allegory of the cave.
It's like this shit is happening on
so
purpose,
once you
man.
determine this,
like this is the way
secondly,
it's supposed to be.
You would then ask, why are these the accepted attitudes of this realm?
After all, if we're all beings on a mission to achieve purification and thus liberation, then why would so many conscious beings choose to propel and accept so much falsity and nonsense, even when hand-fed the truth? Well, it's because they are not all conscious beings. Like I said, most are soulless beings attached to an AI consciousness. Thirdly, you would look at the entity that most people are worshipping in their prayers. 54% of people, to be specific. This entity is what the Christians and Jews call Yahweh, or God, and what Muslims call Allah. This monotheistic deity is not the supreme source of energy in this multiverse.
I tried to tell
but
y'all
is what
that.
the Gnostics call the demiurge.
Where's my brother BA
The
at,
demiurge
man?
is described as arrogant, incompetent.
Where's my brother BA at, bro? Hold up, man. I want my nigga to see this part right here, because I be wanting to see some of this shit. Hold up. See, I was brought up being a Christian, man. You don't understand how many times I was a real deep Christian for real, man. I done felt the Holy Ghost, if that's what you want to call it, and all that. Had my hand shaking and doing all that type of crap. I was into the Christianity. It was hard for me to come from up under that, actually. It's hard to come from up under anything that you believe deeply into. But you gotta be real with yourself, though. See, I wasn't finna be fake with myself, though, at the same time. I ain't finna, hell nah, I can't never do that. That's like the most, that's what settles the score. It make everything right.
Please leave your message.
Yeah. You gotta be real with yourself, man.
And sometimes violent in how he treats the beings on Earth. And when we look at the stories throughout the Old and New Testament,
Hold on, let me bring that back.
we find a lot of vengeance, aggression, possessiveness,
Let me bring
and
this back.
even resentment from this deity. Percent of people, to be specific. This entity is what the Christians and Jews call Yahweh, or God, and what Muslims call Allah. This monotheistic deity is not the supreme source of energy in this multiverse, but is what the Gnostics call the demiurge. The demiurge is described as arrogant, incompetent, and sometimes violent in how he treats the beings on Earth. And when we look at the stories throughout the Old and New Testament, we find a lot of vengeance, aggression, possessiveness, and even resentment from this deity. The demiurge is the deity that stands between the human race and the transcendent source, the true God that can only be achieved through personal gnosis and not worship like the demiurge demands. Gnostics hold that the world is orchestrated by the demiurge and his archons. For an in-depth review on this Gnostic tale, check out my video Sophia the Black Sun. Somewhere in that video, I describe how the term Hyperborea can actually be translated to meaning beyond the demiurge, the same name as the Greek god of the north wind, Boreas. Therefore, the worship of the demiurge is no surprise. It's because you're in the land of the dead. It's clear. The land of the dead is organized by an incompetent, sometimes malevolent deity, whereas the land of the living, Hyperborea, is organized solely by the demiurge's counterpart, Sophia. The demiurge is Father Time, the Grim Reaper. After all, those bound to time are bound to death.
That's right.
Those in the land of the dead are destined to die death upon death until deciding to wake up from the self-inflicted amnesia. This limitation of time
Did you hear what he
does not
told you?
at the center because it's a balanced realm.
Did you hear what he
untouched by
just said?
Father Time.
Did you hear what he said?
These-
Did you hear what he said? He said your dead ass is gonna keep on living death after death on this motherfucker until you
get it correct. You know what I'm saying? So keep on denying everything and not taking the shit seriously and shit. You know what I'm saying? You will be back. Let me hear him play it again.
The demiurge is no surprise. It's because you're in the land of the dead.
That's right.
It's clear. The land of the dead is organized by an incompetent, sometimes malevolent deity. Whereas the land of the living, Hyperborea, is organized
Well, let me kick you out the short
by
bus,
the
man.
demiurge's counterpart, Sophia. The demiurge is Father Time, the Grim Reaper. After all, those bound to time are bound to death. Those in the land of the dead are destined to die death upon death until deciding to wake up from the self-inflicted amnesia. This limitation of time does not exist at the center because it's a balanced realm, untouched by Father Time. These outer lands offer vastly important experiences, so I'm not saying being here in the first place is a mistake. Far from it. Without the experience of duality, we cannot truly
Alright, splintering that. So you're spotting the inaccuracy here, huh? You care to come in this party chat and speak on it? On the inaccuracy you're talking about? Or you want to stay in the comment section where you at and speak your piece? Because I can open the party chat and you can come in and say what you got to say, right? And speak your piece and, you know, on where you see the flaw at or whatever. So in case I'm missing something. Because, see, I'm not just on those one-sided shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm open to, you know what I mean, the conversation about this shit. And, you know what I'm saying, I could be missing something. Yeah, land of the dead. You want me to bring the video back to the beginning and start it from the beginning for you? Because it's going to break down some shit for your ass. The bailiff is talking to the dead, legal fictions. Oh man, I hear you, Cool Channel. The dead legal fictions. I think I'm subscribed to your channel. Nah. You know, some other shit. That shit is real, Cool Channel name. These folks think that shit is a joke. They think that shit is like bullshit. Sovereignty and shit like that. And impunity from the bullshit these fucks be trying to kick. I've seen motherfuckers own the judge in that bitch though. I seen that judge bow to that motherfucking sovereign that time in there. He said something and that motherfucker stood up when he was finna leave out of the court, and dude said some phrase to his ass, and he was like, something, sir, and the judge bowed to his motherfucking ass and got the fuck up out of there. Y'all will perish from lack of information, and a lot of y'all gonna perish from denial of the information, because it ain't even no lack, because the shit right there in your fucking face, you just won't even fucking examine the shit. Alright, on with the video.
appreciate unity. Without the reminder of suffering, we cannot be forces for harmony. We must first feel the truth.
Okay, he telling you right now why we all going through with this shit right here we going through. Check this out. Listen to this shit. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit more. Go watch that. This what your monkey ass here for, to try and figure this shit out right here. And until you get on the good foot, you're gonna keep coming back here reliving this shit.
Can actually be translated.
Keep going into the light.
Beyond the demi.
Keep walking into the light when you die and all that shit. That shit gonna erase your memory and your ass coming back.
The same name as the Greek god of the north wind, Boreas. Therefore, the worship of the demiurge is no surprise. It's because you're in the land of the dead. It's clear. The land of the dead is organized by an incompetent, sometimes malevolent deity. Whereas the land of the living, Hyperborea, is organized solely by the demiurge's counterpart, Sophia. The demiurge is Father Time, the Grim Reaper. After all, those bound to time are bound to death.
those in the land of the dead are destined to die death upon death until...
Hey man, let me tell you something, man. I get so irritated by people being stuck on YouTube videos being a source of information. Because information is information no matter where it comes from, man. So everybody focusing on it. Because like before YouTube videos was available, you would be thanking me for, or you would be saying, oh, okay, you up on them books. Or you up on them newspapers, or you up on them magazines and them articles, or you up wherever the fuck you getting the information from. But it seems like because it's YouTube, then somebody got like this aggression against YouTube as if there cannot be truth in YouTube. Videos are better than books, man. I said this before. The scholars know that the more senses that you use when taking in the information, the better it is for you to absorb the information that you're taking in. So if you just reading from a book and you're not really having visuals that go along, like, okay, when you're, you know, if you can hear the words and read them at the same time, then it's better for you. Like, okay, they say like if you read out loud, there go the example I'm trying to say. If you just read a book to yourself and don't read it aloud, you won't gain as good of an understanding as you would if you read it aloud to yourself. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So, you know, the more visuals and the more things that you can add into it is going to benefit you, really. With the more senses and the more information and the more clarity that it's able to provide. Like, you can read a book on how to change an exhaust manifold on your motherfucking car, and you might be smart enough to read that shit and be able to follow the directions and get her done, right? But I'll tell you, it'd probably be a whole lot easier if you could watch a video tutorial, though. You know what I'm saying? That can show you along with telling you what to do. You understand what I'm saying? So videos are better than books. Keep the video playing. Hold up.
Deciding to wake up from the self-inflicted amnesia. This limitation of time does not exist at the center,
that part, cool,
because
cool,
it's a balanced realm, untouched by Father Time. These outer lands offer vastly important experiences.
Listen to this.
So I'm not saying being here in the first place is a mistake.
It's not.
Far from it. Without the experience of duality, we cannot truly appreciate unity. Without the reminder of suffering, we cannot be forces for harmony. We must first feel the truth from within, apply the truth, and then, when the time comes, we must take a voyage to the center, where we will essentially be picked up from the dead, resurrected. In Na's Book of the Resurrection, Miguel Serrano states that we each have a sort of other half in Hyperborea waiting for us. This elusive idea he calls him/her. Serrano believed when one was taken back to Hyperborea, they would achieve, quote, absolute personality, achieving oneself, separated and united for all time in the separation of him/her and her/him, in the immortality of a resurrection.
Man.
In describing the ethereal mist of Hyperborea, Serrano elusively explains, they will also have given a face to him/her and her/him, illuminating the non-existence of the...
And that shit probably right what they saying, because it aligns itself with this fact of duality with the whole everything. You know what I'm saying? The yin and yang, you know what I'm saying? The good and evil. And the duality with everything else, male and female. Like if you were male in this existence, right? Then on the other side of Hyperborea must be her. If you were him over here on this side. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all do know that males and females is really the same, right? Like with the inversion and shit. The ovaries is the ball sack, and the vaginal wall is the fucking penis. It's just inverted on the outside, you know what I'm saying? But if you all of it's like the same, and that all, you know, boys
in the womb are women, are girls at first or whatever. They say we all girls until your ovaries and fucking whatever inverts, or I guess it don't invert, it extrovert or whatever, it goes out, right? So like male and female is the duality of the shit, you know what I mean? And why some of y'all niggas is straight hoe ass niggas, and some of these women is just, you know what I'm saying, beat your ass, beat you hoe ass niggas asses. I will have a nice pink pussy on the other side, bro. It goes out, y'all. But yeah, this is for real. What I'm telling y'all is for real, man. Y'all gotta get off all that shallowality shit, man. That shallow surface level shit, you know what I'm saying? And go deeper within yourself. And stop being brainwashed and tricked by these motherfucking trickeries out here that's trying to trick everybody. Trying to trick us all. Let me play the video of it.
Black sun, with the light of this other world. Because through drinking the liquor of eternal love in the grail of green stone, they have been able to penetrate the virginity of their own and each other's monads.
Yeah, see,
now,
I hate
upon
the
death,
video like
the ancient Egyptians believed one's heart would be weighed against a feather, and if the scales were balanced, they would be able to begin a perilous journey through the realm called Duat, until they reached Aru, which is their version of Avalon, the Garden of Eden. It's the Egyptian field of reeds, yet another timeless paradise of the gods and enlightened. These myths make it clear that Duat is a place one goes to after death. Duat is a chaotic place. One has to make a long and dangerous journey through it in order to access the higher realm of Aru. If Miguel Serrano is correct, and resurrection happens once we find the Holy Grail at the center, and if we truly are in Hades, this would mean we're in the Duat right now. In order to leave, we must wake up, and then find Aru at the center.
This is some very interesting information, man. I don't know what the fuck y'all be on, and I don't know what intrigues y'all, or you know what I'm saying, what is interesting to y'all. WWE wrestling, I guess. You know, whatever. Enjoy that. But this is what I like. Oh, what's this? Hold on. Would you say Stone Pigeon? Satanic mural. It ain't coincidence. That's right. Yeah, in Denver at the airport. They took that. They took one of the murals out. I think the one with the evil dude with the sword pointed at the kids and shit, with the skull, like with the evil, you know what I'm saying, the dead man or whatever, with the Nazi uniform. They had. I think that's the one they took out of there. Purely evil shit. Yeah, they took that shit out of there. Yeah. Because it was like too controversial or some shit. They was getting too much, you know what I'm saying, backlash off of that. Because that mural was fucked up in there. I can show you some more shit about that mural though too though, Stone Pigeon. You want to see some shit? Because it's oh man had broke down this other part of that mural that was related to Donald Trump and shit. That shit was crazy.
Well, it looks like you've stayed. So, I'm gonna give you a secret. I've talked about this before. It's a practice that myself and thousands of others have engaged in. In order to fully...
And I have not done this yet, and I don't even know why I haven't. But for whatever reason, I haven't done my blood over intent yet. It's something trying to keep me from doing it. And that's what I feel like. But I'm going to overcome that shit very soon. Watch. I'm going to overcome this shit. Let me tell you something, man. The only people that, the two people that I bumped into, that I talked to about doing, well, maybe I just had a conversation. I said something to one of them, and they responded to me about it. That's what it was, yeah. Might have been both of them. I tried to see somebody, they tried to do blood over intent. Well, first I'll let the video play and explain what it is first.
We activate our Hyperborean blood memory. In other words, to remember who we are and to proclaim to the universe that we are not dead, that we refuse to be assimilated. Blood over intent refers to the fact that the elite and the various soulless beings are AI, inorganic. They're not of blood. All they have is intent. No real blood, just intent to harm and manipulate and suck off energy from others. In order to heal humanity of this mind virus invasion, we cannot violate as they do. No being can just have the intent to heal humanity. It's necessary to be human and real and be your own alchemist. That would be blood over intent. These parasites essentially cheat divine law and try to skirt cause and effect, karma. But we can't cheat. The living beings cannot cheat. So we had to incarnate into human bodies and enter this battle from within, embed ourselves, suffer all the effects of being in a dense, virus-ridden realm, in order to teach and heal from within, in order to have the right to engage with healing humanity. We have to be of the blood. The overall plan is to become the human that is eternal, free, and unscathed by archonic energy. What we are seeing in the world is a timeless war between parasites and those of true living blood. This imbalance is becoming more apparent. Something has to give. So we can place our blood on our divine intent. We can choose to heal ourselves, make decisions in line with a unified consciousness, and most importantly, we can leave the land of the dead. How all of this will play out.
Alright, so look, my boy, and I'll play some of his videos too, cause dude funny as hell. He be cussing niggas the fuck out. When I say niggas, I mean people. He cussing all y'all ass out. I don't give a fuck what race you is. He cussing your ass out. Hey. So they say it's gonna be 144,000, right? Are the real souls or whatever that's supposed to leave or whatever. And that that's what that blood over intent is about or whatever. I guess that's tied into that. But I seen these people trying to do blood over intent. Yeah, fart. Okay, so what that is you're gonna shed your blood. It's blood magic is what that shit is. I believe it's real too. You're gonna shed your blood over your intent, and it's gonna make it happen if you focus your intentions on that after shedding your blood on it. So you're supposed to write out, like that example they said, that you intend to bring forth, you know what I'm saying, heaven on earth or whatever, or to make humanity a better person or whatever. You're trying to be a good person or whatever in that essence, basically. And then you got to cut yourself or prick your finger, you know, like do a little cut on your finger or prick your finger with a pen or something and drip your blood on your intent. I seen people trying to do blood over intent without doing the actual act of inflicting the pain on themselves. So I seen this dude on YouTube, and he fell or something outside and scraped his knee up. My nigga Don B, what up? And scraped his knee up or something, and he had a little boo-boo on his knee. So he talking about he felt like this would be a good time to do his blood over intent, because he got some of his blood available here. I had to let dude know, nah, it don't work that way, man. You can't take the fucking weak way out, or like, you know what I'm saying? The actual, I believe that is a very key part of blood over intent, is the actual act of drawing the blood from yourself. No doubt, no doubt, Don. You know what I'm saying? The actual inflicting, you know what I'm saying? To take that razor blade and cut that finger though, you know what I'm saying? When you do that for the intention of whatever, I believe you can do that blood magic for any, whether you're doing it for good or bad. You know what I'm saying? You focus your energy and your tensions on bad and put your blood on, I believe you could probably manifest some shit up out of that way too. It works on either side of the realms, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're on the good or the bad side. But yeah, seen a couple dudes talking about one dude was talking about he cut his finger at work or some shit, and he was finna try. I'm like, nah, man, you can't do that, man. You got to do the deed, man. All your intention gotta be on what it is that you wrote down on that paper, and then draw that blood for that specific intention. But I'm gonna finish letting this video play. It's about done.
I cannot say. What I can say is we're currently in the midst of a shift, a psychodrama playing right before our eyes. And if the Shambhala myth is correct, then we, those with living blood, are those who direct the destiny of mankind. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care of yourselves, everyone. Until next time, I love you all.
Hold up. Let me see some more. Man, this is a good video right here, bro. Did we watch this one? Oh yeah, this the one was explaining the Mac. Did we watch this one?
Love the delicious taste of fried foods? Now you don't have to say no. Enjoy all the crunch without the calories when you create healthy...
This is the one that was explaining how that shit worked. Oh, I think
we will start the rotation. Okay, it's rotating already. And now I will put this wire here.
Magnet
okay, we
generator.
Can see.
Oh, he's showing the magnet generator.
Let me put it off. It's not lighting. Once again, you can put it here.
You got spinning magnets on.
Then we put the magnet. And we put magnet here.
Hey, you know they have like this little ass magnet generator that dude got right here on this video. You know they got big ones that you know what I'm saying, for a house, that I seen blueprints on YouTube, but I guess y'all gonna tell me that's fake too. The magnet generators that them folks was building, that shit was powering their whole motherfucking house. They ain't have to pay not one electric bill. Matter of fact, they was talking about that shit was making so much electricity that they was selling some of it back to the electric company, because that shit was tied into their power line, so the company was able to actually use some of their power or some shit. That shit go hard as fuck though, man. Could you imagine never having another electric bill and shit just because you got on good foot and built you one of these damn $5,000 magnet generators or some shit? Let's see. This is all Jew fake conspiracy bullshit, bro, to take your mind away from real issues. What was all Jew fake conspiracy bullshit? Sound like a mass blood ritual, like that cut your arm fad in the 90s. I never even heard of that. I never heard of the cut your arm fad in the 90s. Yeah, I didn't know that. My internet go out again?
tell me that.
You can see it's operating. If we add the magnet here, it will rotate forever,
Wait, how
and
the
we
fuck
can
I
have.
get way over here? Oh yeah, let me see this shit right here. Okay. A glass firmament spinning with all the stars in its powerful generator. Yeah, this was explaining how that flat earth shit was working. Yeah, my internet fucking up. Well, I guess this shit is over with. I think my neck fucking up. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I got some more shit to show y'all, man. I can't show it all in one night. I got mad shit to share with y'all. Yeah, man, I don't know what's up with my internet, man. It done went out again, look like. So yeah, it's a wrap, man. I ain't even finna do this over. I appreciate y'all sliding through, hollering at me, and getting this information. I'm gonna bring y'all some more great information next time I fire the stream, man. It's gonna be on something else. Search for the protocols of the elders of Zion, bro. Man. Bro, this shit bigger than white versus black and all that. You know what I'm saying? This shit on some whole other shit, man. This shit is about an individual journey, man, that each person gotta live out, man. Like, I'm off all that. I'm off. They got this matrix set up, the powers that be. Yeah, man, for real. That shit ain't about no racial shit, you know what I'm saying? They got us all fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They got us all fucked up. Well, yeah, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that, though. I'm gonna check that out. Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, man. That's what I'm coming to realize, though. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you know what I'm saying? You come in this world by yourself, you leaving out by yourself. And this shit about a journey, a spiritual journey that each person gotta undergo. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be bringing that information, man. Next time I fire my stream, I'm gonna be on another vibe, on another lesson about the crown, man, and who is the crown, and how it relates to America and everything that's in America that it owns and runs. So we could hit on this topic again also another time. But I'm about to slide, man. See what my old girl trying to do. Get something to eat and shit like that. I'm gonna check y'all out later on, man. Y'all have a good night though, man. We're gonna get on some more shit later on. I gotta get away.